Sands comes set. He's going to work out of the set position at the belt. First pitch to Abrams. Right on Twine. Swing and a drive. Deep right center field. Going back is right fielder Wallner, and that one is gone. Tries to go all the way in. He's going to kick it out to Thompson. Thompson for three. Good from deep. 26-19. Clay Thompson hits another three. March at the track, at the wall, and that one is gone. Watch it fly. Riley Adams, top of the first. And we are in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome into District Nation as we are live for another spring training baseball game. And this needs to be updated. I forgot to do this as the stream started, so I decided I would do it right here. We did update the scoreboard to the game we're calling today, which is between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. Welcome in, everybody. For the first change, quickly, I had to do some work before the stream started. We got a nice little animated image of James Wood right above me on the screen, so be able to look at that. It's really interesting, and we're about to get going. So they already have pitchers announced for the Mets, at least, as this game is going between the Nationals and the Mets. They are both 4-2. They are one game behind in spring training, like any of that matters. But welcome in. Hope you're all having an absolutely great day. We got some baseball going here, as it's just past lunchtime, so I hope everyone is fueled and ready for this game. We're going to get our starting lineups in just a moment because this game is going to get started soon. So if you notice the stream might be feeling a little better, I switched it to 2 laptops instead of 1. So now I can actually do that pretty well, which is actually very helpful, having one thing instead of 2. So you see the scores right next to me, right here. These are fixed. So you can actually see Nationals and MLB scores. And soon enough, next Friday, that'll be switched to World Baseball Classic, as the World Baseball Classic starts this week with the exhibition games. They play the Rockies. USA is going to play the Rockies, which is going to be really hilarious, in my opinion. I'm very excited to see that. And today, a familiar face for the Nationals. They're facing Juan Soto hitting in the 2-hole for the Mets, as this game is getting started in just a moment. So we're going to get started with the starting lineups and batting order for this matchup between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. For Blake Butera's Washington Nationals, leading off at shortstop is going to be Nasim Nunez. Batting second in left field is James Wood, who's looking for his first knock of spring still. Not really settled in just yet. Batting third, the right fielder is going to be Dalen Lyle. Batting fourth is Brady House. House is going to man third base. Batting fifth in center field is Robert Hassel the third. Batting sixth is Andres Chaparro. Chaparro is going to be manning first base. Batting seventh and doing the catching for today's game, traded for this year, Harry Ford. Batting eighth in the designated hitter, Riley Adams, one of the backup catchers. And batting ninth, second baseman, former first-round draft pick of the Washington Nationals from a year ago. Not Eli Willits, but Seaver King. Hits the 9-hole, and on the mound for your Washington Nationals will be Jake Irvin, who's 0-0, with a 0 ERA in his only start in spring training. For the Mets, leading off at second base is going to be Marcus Semien. Batting second in left field is going to be Juan Soto. Batting third at third base, Bo Bichette. He signed with them just this season. Batting fourth at first base is going to be Brett Beatty. Batting fifth and catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Batting sixth and doing the designated hitter job is going to be Mark Vientos. Batting seventh is Mike Tauchman. Tauchman is going to be doing the right field job. In center field is going to be Tyrone Taylor. Taylor's the 8-hole hitter. And batting ninth at shortstop, Ronnie Mauricio. Mauricio's doing short. And on the mound for them, right-hander Tobias Myers, number 32 at 6'1", 223. He'll be doing the mound. He's 1-0 with a 0 ERA. In spring training, he was 1-2 in his limited starts with the Mets last season, or out of the pen a little bit, 50.2 innings with 38 Ks. So those are your stats for him. For the Nationals, once again, that's Nunez, Wood, Lyle, House, Hassel III, Chaparro, Ford, Adams, King with Irvin on the mound. And for the Mets, Semien, Soto, Bichette, Beatty, Alvarez, Vientos, Tauchman, Taylor, Mauricio with Myers on the mound. We're just a few minutes away from baseball. So I need to get this chat up because I actually didn't have that up. I'm sorry if I haven't seen any chat messages just yet. I've been kind of behind on that, at least. So you got a few people streaming already for their respective teams. I think Pure Gentleman Sports is doing this game, but I need to get my stream up so I can see any chat messages I may have missed. Here we go. So it looks like Pure Gentleman Sports is here. What's up, PAS? What's up at District Nation? Have a great stream. Thank you, Pure Adrenaline Sports for that, as we're getting going in just a moment. So the chat should be working now. So I'm going to test something real quickly just to make sure it's working. There you go. Bang, it's working. All right, so I'll be able to show any chat messages off. Be sure to say what is up in the chat. So we're getting going. The Nationals are getting ready to hit Clover Park in St. Lucie, Florida. You got some scattered showers and clouds coming around Florida. But we're going to have a baseball game. Thanks to Pure Adrenaline Sports for stopping by. Jake Irvin is going to be on the mound, and Tobias Myers against him as our board is just getting started. Myers only had 6 starts last season with Milwaukee. Sets in string 355, as we said. He only gave up 54 hits, 15 walks, 38 strikeouts, 5 home runs allowed. You don't see that a lot. 5 bombs. As we're going to get underway here in just a moment. Once again, your defense for the Mets is going to be Soto in left, Taylor in center, Tauchman in right, and then left to right infield. It's going to be Bichette, Mauricio, Simeon, Beatty with Alvarez on the mound. Alvarez behind the mound. Here we go. This camera's ready. Looks like Myers is going to work out of the stretch here as he faces Nasim Nunez. We're about to get underway here live on District Nation. Thanks for tuning in. Myers set at the belt. First pitch of the game to Nunez is high, ball 1, and we are underway here from St. Lucie, Florida's Clover Park to Nasim Nunez, who had 39 games with a 2.32 average, 4 home runs. Wearing number 26 this season, I believe at least. Here's the pitch from Myers. That's going to be just outside, ball 2. Thought Alvarez might challenge that for a second. He thought he saw a strike, but I don't think he's going to challenge it. So it'll be 2-0 here. Myers set at the belt, the pitch. And Nunez takes a strike in there at 89 miles an hour with the fastball, and it's a 2-1 count. So as you know, as the rules, no spoilers, just let me make the call, and be sure to say what is up in the chat. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper foul, and it'll be 2-2, just off of his foot. So it's a 2-2 count already. 4 pitches for Myers immediately in this inning to Nunez. On deck's the left fielder Wood, still looking for his first knock of spring training, as I mentioned at the beginning of this stream. Myers sets the 2-2 to Nunez. Nunez swings and misses through a curveball at 76 miles an hour, and that's K number 1 for Tobias Myers. He's going to strike out Nunez to get this one underway. So that'll bring up James Wood, the left fielder. After Wood will be Lyle, who's having a slow spring so far. Your 2 and 3 guys still having a pretty slow spring, but hopefully they can get going facing off with Myers here. A very evenly matchup game here, 4-2 for both teams. In fact, the Mets are 0-2 at home. Interesting fact there. So now it's going to be the big 6'7" James Wood. It's hit at the left side. Wearing number 29 as usual. Myers sets, pitch to Wood, and Wood will take a strike at knee level for 0-1 at 81 miles an hour, and it's an 0-1 count immediately. Wood, with a 256 average, fell off a little bit the second half with his 31 homers. Still broke that 30 record. The 0-1 to Wood, swinging a fly ball down the left field line, but it's going to be foul, and we'll do 0-2 now. It's going to be 0-2, 1 out. Blake Butera isn't wearing a uniform for this game. As you know, he's the manager of this Nationals roster. He is not in uniform right now. Here's the pitch to Wood, and Wood drives this one deep right center, but there to make the catch, Tauchman under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Thought Wood had gotten a piece of that one, and it's going to be the second out of the inning. First season as Nationals manager for Blake Butera. We'll have a lot to talk about during this stream, in between innings, and during the game. A new manager, a whole new staff, including Simon Matthews. 33 years old, youngest manager since 72. Interesting little nugget there. Now it's going to be Dalen Lyle, left side again. So you got 3 lefties in the row from Myers to face. First pitch to Lyle, and he hits this one down the left field line and foul, and it'll be 0-1. 299 average for Lyle with 9 bombs, 41 ribbies, and that only scratches the surface of the dominance that he had last season in the last few games of the season absolutely went off. That last month at least. The pitch to Lyle. He fouls this one down the left field line again, and we'll do 0-2. As you can see, we're wearing the white Nationals jersey. Different one, you can tell from last week. This one has a bigger Nats logo and is a Scherzer logo, in fact. Myers already at 10 pitches. Myers sets. Here's the pitch to Lyle. That is low and inside in the dirt, and we'll do ball one now. Francisco Alvarez wearing some neon green and orange catcher's gear. Interesting to see that from Francisco Alvarez, the young catcher. You don't see that. Usually you just see team colors, but he is going to wear interesting colors instead with mixes of the colors that are on his jersey. Here's the pitch to Lyle, and Lyle fouls this one down the left field line again. We'll do 1-2 all over again. Last season, the Nationals were 66-96, finished 30 games out of first place. They were dead last in the NL East, but they're looking to bounce back. This season, whole new leadership, whole new guys, including Paul DeBoni and Butera. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, but foul, and we'll do 1-2 again. Sharply hit and well hit, but that's going to just go barely foul. One, two outs. On deck is the third baseman, House, hitting in the cleanup spot. Not too many starters in for the Nationals tonight. Some AAA guys. And then, of course, Seaver King in the lineup as well. Harry Ford, some of the younger prospects on the board. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Swinging a chopper right back at Myers. He had to jump up to get that. Jogs it over to first and flips it up to his first baseman, Beatty, for the third out of the inning. And that will go 1-2-3. For Tobias Myers, a 1-2-3 inning, and we will head to the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners. Left on base for the Nationals. Nothing happening there. Simeon's going to lead it off, and then it's going to be Soto and Bichette for the Mets. And it's going to be Jake Irvin to face off with them. As we're going to get going for the bottom of the first. This game is on MLB TV on SNY if you're local to New York, or if you're in D.C., MLB TV. So Irvin will go out there and warm up. A good field behind him. Got some athletic guys, a lot of prospects in there. And obviously, fifth inning, you're going to see a lot of the substitutions come in. So that's going to happen. Last season, Irvin was probably one of the aces of the Nationals roster. 9-13 with a 5.70 ERA. He was doing a lot of the work. He started every 5 days. That was something you loved about him. Same with Corbin in 2024. You could see some similarities. Started every 5 days, gave his best, and that is something you need from a starter like Irvin. 2024, he had a campaign to almost be an all-star. If you remember, July 4th, 2024, Jake Irvin had an absolutely amazing game. 8 innings, 1 hit with 8 strikeouts. Derek Law ended up getting the save in a 1-0 game, if you remember that. Absolutely amazing game. Probably the best game of 2024. 25, you didn't see as much. There wasn't as much fun. But the biggest thing, a year of resets. You get rid of Rizzo. You get rid of other guys. You get rid of Rizzo. You get rid of Davey Martinez. Miguel Cairo fills in. Mike DiBartolo fills in. And now you got a whole new group. You got Paul DeBoni going. Blake Butera going. Younger group. So we'll see how this young group of leadership starts. As Jake Irvin going to get going for his second start of spring training. If you're wondering, the Nationals are wearing their red spring training uniforms with red hats, with the flower on the hat. Mets are wearing blue uniforms, orange trim. Nationals have white and blue trim. Into the line, here's the first pitch to Marcus Semien. It's a fastball that'll be in there, called strike one at 91 miles an hour. Marcus Semien, 120 games with Texas last season, a .230 average, 15 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Irvin, the 0-1, swinging a ground ball foul down the third base line. So Jake Irvin is featuring a new windup. I just noticed this. Instead of starting facing the batter, he starts now to the side a little bit. He steps out as he's going to step into this new windup. Here's the 0-2. Just outside, ball one at 82 miles an hour. He steps back into his windup and then kicks to it. So it's a whole new look for the right-hander. Starting to become a veteran, so we'll see what he adds. 1-2 from the 4th round pick. Swing and a miss on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. K number 1 for Jake Irvin. A swing and a miss there. Simeon down right away. So both pitchers have retired the first hitter they face. So that's going to be Juan Soto. 263, 43 home runs, and 105 RBIs. The pitch from Irvin. That's a breaking ball that'll dunk in there, called strike one. Soto recently said publicly he wants to try for an MVP this year. That is what he's focused on. And I think to do that, he's going to need a lot more home runs. Here's the 0-1. Inside, gets Soto running forward a little bit out of the box. So it's a 1-1 count. The Mets are serving as the home team here, if you're wondering. Soto publicly said he wants to try for an MVP, and he knows that Shohei is in the same league as him. He understands that. He wants to see if he can compete with him a little. The 1-1 in the dirt ball, too, and inside, it'll be a 2-1 count. I think Soto can do it. If Shohei doesn't have a perfect season and Soto has a 2021-2020 type of season, he could win MVP. He's also got that veteran experience now. Still is a younger guy, too, so he can steal bases. He's very athletic. The 2-1. Swinging a line drive. Picked off by the first baseman, Chaparro. Going to flip it up to Irvin. What a play for the second out of the inning. I thought that one was headed for the hole. A ground ball headed for the hole, and Chaparro decides he's going to be athletic. Grab it and flip it up to Irvin, who covered first. That's a 3-1 ground out on a great play by Chaparro to satisfy out number 2. That'll bring up Bo Bichette, who in his 139 games hit .311 with 18 home runs. Not as much pop, but obviously had that batting average. Second highest average was Bo Bichette. Here's the first pitch to him. It's high and outside, ball 1, just a bit high. So the Nationals, one thing, have not been very good with the ABS challenge this year, if you have noticed. Irvin into the line, the 1-0. Swinging a fly ball, foul down the right field line. The Nationals have not been good with their challenges so far. The catchers have not been great with it. The pitchers haven't used it as much. Because, pitchers, catchers, and I believe that's it. Pitchers, catchers, hitters are the only ones who can use it. The 1-1. That's going to clip the outside part of the zone, and it's a 1-2 count. The fastball. Irvin going to the fastball a lot already. Looks like he may be doing some of calling his own pitches. I don't think so, but yeah, it's going to be Harry Ford. It's not Irvin doing the calling. The 1-2. Way inside. Backs Bichette off the plate just a little bit. High and inside. Irvin's usually not that type of pitcher with the old-fashioned way of pitching high and in. Maybe he thinks Bichette's trying to steal the signs. It's going to be 2-2 here. Irvin uses his new windup, stepping back into it, and makes it look like a normal windup. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strikeout number 2 and satisfies the 1-2-3 inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning. No hits. No runs. No runners. Left on base, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Gets Irvin out of the inning quickly after 1 full inning of baseball. Nationals 0, Mets 0. So we're going to go in with the second here. Leading it off will be House, then Hassel, and then Chaparro will hit. So we'll see all those guys hit. And obviously we're going to see Seaver King hit. I think we might see Eli Willits did it. We saw Eli Willits in the first spring training game last weekend. We could see him this weekend. As you can see down low, we can check out other MLB scores. We will check through them periodically as we'll take a break and look at some. As some are just getting started, we'll check in on some of them just to make sure we know what's up. And I'll keep track of. We also got college basketball, college baseball, so much going around. 2-0 in the top of the second. Detroit Tigers have lead over the Rays. Baltimore Orioles and Atlanta Braves just got underway. They're at 0-0. I think all the games are at 0-0. In the bottom of the first, Minnesota and Boston, 0. Toronto and New York, 0-0. Then, of course, they brought up yesterday's scores. That is not what I wanted to do. Wanted to see today's. Philadelphia and Toronto are getting underway. St. Louis and Miami are getting underway. Chicago and Los Angeles, they're starting at 3:05. San Francisco and their Athletics, the Dodgers and the Texas Rangers, Chicago White Sox and Guardians are going to get started soon. Arizona and the Angels are 3:10. Same with the Royals, Rockies. These are all 3:10 games, if you're wondering. And then Seattle Mariners, San Diego Padres, and Cincinnati Reds, Milwaukee Brewers. Those are all your games. A lot of evening games for the Nationals recently, more than other teams too. There's only a couple evening games a night during the weekdays for the Nationals. Is now first pitch from Myers to Brady House is a curveball that dunks in there, called strike one. House getting started slowly with spring, but trying to pick it up a little bit offensively. Using a more open stance now. The pitch to House. House drives one down the right field line, but foul. And now it'll be 0-2. Got some rain coming down here at Clover Park, but they seem like they want to play. Spring training, you got to play, but you don't want guys to get injured either. 6-4 for Brady House. Here's the pitch to House. Called strike three, but House going to challenge it now. So that was called strike three. And now we're going to get a challenge here. Nationals challenge. Here we go. We'll see what it is. They're going to take a minute for it to load. And that is just low. Yes. And Brady House succeeds with his challenge. That was actually 0.4 inches off. So it's going to be a 1-2 count now. House was passionate about that call. Immediately turned to the umpire and said, no, I want to challenge it. Immediately started tapping his head. Here's the 1-2 to House. Swing and a miss at a pitch just like that, low and outside with a breaking ball. K number 2 for Tobias Myers, who's working a second inning of work. You'll see guys start to stretch out just a little bit with distance, just a little bit more than regular games last week because you're getting started with your second starts now. If you're running a 5 or 6 man rotation for spring training, you'll start to see guys get 3 or 4 innings even. Some may get 5, but that's more later. Now it's going to be Robert Hassel. Hassel will hit a fly ball out to shallow left. Soto coming in, going into foul territory. Soto is in fair territory, actually. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for Myers. Strike out and a fly out. Already looking like a quick game. No hits just yet. A no-hitter going on. So now it's going to be Andres Chaparro, the first baseman. He has a very open stance. He's closed up a little bit since last season. Here's the first pitch from Myers. Chaparro will take a fastball on the outside corner called strike one, and it's an 0-1 count. 182 average for Chaparro through 34 games last season with 1 bomb and 5 ribbies. Here's the 0-1 to Chaparro. Chaparro takes a curveball that'll stay outside and it'll be a 1-1 count. Also in the dirt just slightly. Got a good amount of fans in Mets jerseys right behind home plate. I don't see any Nationals jerseys just yet. Here's the 1-1. That's ball 2, low, so it's a 2-1 count. Yeah, I don't see any Nationals fans in the front row. Kind of dry when it comes to Nationals fans at this spring training game today. But obviously no fans there. It's a road game technically. Swing a line drive down the left field line, and this one is just foul. Almost could have been a double. He drove that one down the left field line, but it's foul, so to be a 2-2 count. Just a long fastball. Just barely foul, just off by a few feet. Maybe 2 at most. It's got to be a 2-2 count to Chaparro. On deck is Harry Ford, the catcher traded for him last season. Myers wearing number 32 off the mound. Pitch 24 coming from him. Myers sets. Working on a 2-2 count to Chaparro, the big hitting first baseman. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but foul. And we'll do 2-2 again now. 93-mile-an-hour fastball there. Really hit a mile by Chaparro, but in the wrong direction. 2 outs, no runners on, top of the second. 0-0 game. Myers sets, clock winding down at 4 now. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Chaparro fouls a curveball back, and we'll do 2-2 again. We saw Chaparro last season. Good numbers with Rochester. Had a great season with the Red Wings, along with guys like Nick Schnell, Jose Tena. They also did very well down there. But when Chaparro happened to come up, he did not have the best time. Myers sets. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, but Chaparro's going to challenge it. So 2 challenges in the inning now. We'll see how this one looks. Chaparro kind of the same pitch as House. This one is going to be ball again. So the second challenge, and they're going to succeed this inning. So far, they're 2 for 2. The Nationals have not been good with their challenges so far, and this time they're going to succeed, and they have a perfect record so far. Good for them. So now Chaparro lives to see another life. It'll be full. 3-2 count. Got to throw him a good pitch here. You're going to lose him. The pitch to Chaparro. Down low, ball 4 in the dirt. And Chaparro used his challenge well. He draws a walk with 2 outs. Now it's going to be Harry Ford, the catcher. On deck is the designated hitter, Adams. Usually a catcher normally. So we'll see Harry Ford. This is a first look at him. 8 games with Seattle, 167 average with a ribby. 417 OPS. Didn't get much time. His swing is very similar, it looks like so far, to Alex Call. So it looks like Francisco Alvarez is going to call time, go out and talk to Tobias Myers just a little bit. So far, the Nationals have attained both their challenges. Chaparro leading away from first, not a threat at all to steal. More of a first baseman who's a power hitter. He's getting a good lead, though. First pitch to Ford. Takes a called strike in there, and it's 0-1. Ford wearing a white elbow guard. It's an open stance, doing the catching. Hopefully we'll see him at the major league level some point in the 2026 campaign. Here's the pitch to Ford. And Ford check swings. Appeal to first base umpire Lance Barksdale, and the appeal says, did they say yes on that? They didn't show it on the camera. Did he foul that off? Oh. So Francisco Alvarez stood up, pointed at the umpire, and it was a foul ball. So, not the best call. Pitch. Throw back over to Chaparro to check on him, and he's okay. So it's going to be a 1-1. Yeah, the pickover was not the best attempt. Thrown over to Beatty. Beatty had to stop it, get down on one knee. So, wondering, that was a ball, actually. My scoreboard's actually ahead. So, it's going to be a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Ford, and Ford swings through this one, and that's strike 3 to end the inning. So, we'll head to the bottom of the second. Ford strikes out, K number 3 for Myers. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. They drew a walk this inning. So they get a base runner. So we will head to the bottom of the second inning. We'll need a minute here to adjust something real quickly. We'll be back with the bottom of the second inning coming up in just a moment. Now we're back with inning number 2. Bottom of the second coming up. Brett Beatty's going to lead it off, then Francisco Alvarez, and then Mark Vientos, who's doing the designated hitting today, is going to be the 6-hole hitter for the Mets. So Irvin's already seen Soto, got him to ground out, and he struck out Simeon and Bichette, the new Met. 2 new Mets for the Mets. They've got plenty of starters in for this game. The Nationals don't. I think we'll see Nunez. So, really from the lineup, Nunez, Wood, and Lau will start. House will start. Hassel will probably come off the bench a good amount in the regular season. Chaparro might come up from AAA a couple times. May see a couple stints from him. Ford, we should probably see. Adams, we should probably see. And Seaver King, I don't think we're going to see in 2026. I think Seaver King's more of a 2027 guy, 2028. 2020, he could be a regular player at second base. First pitch to Beatty is going to be a call. They're going to appeal on the swing. And it's a ball. He did not go, so it's a 1-0 count. Brett Beatty, 254 average, 18 home runs, 50 RBIs last season. Irvin into the wind. The 1-0, swinging a foul down the left field line, and it's a 1-1 count. 1-1, no outs. Irvin in the wind. Here's the 1-1 to Beatty. Swinging a line drive to right field, but Dalen Lyles right there for out number 1. So driven out pretty hard to right field. Got a good piece, but Beatty's going to line out right to Dalen Lyles. So now it's going to be Francisco Alvarez, the catcher. Saw a good amount of him last season, demoted at a 1.2. We'll see how he does. First pitch to Alvarez. Outside, ball 1. On deck's going to be Vientos, the designated hitter. Irvin already working his second inning of work. Only has 17 pitches. If he got both of these guys in 1 or 2 pitches, he could be under 20 through 2 innings. The pitch to Alvarez. It's a curveball that'll stay up, and it's a 2-0 count. Alvarez was kind of slow last season offensively. Only had 72 RBIs. He has been better. Irvin in the wind. Here's the 2-0 to Alvarez. And Alvarez swings and hits this. Oh! He swung and hit Ford. He's going to check on him, but it looks like Harry Ford is not doing well. Nailed right in the face. And looks like Francisco Alvarez, being polite about it, picked up his mask, though. Butera will come out and visit him. Same with the trainer as well. Make sure Ford is okay. I think the ball got him. We'll see a replay, but I think the ball hit him right on the face. Like square in the face. He's going to punch Alvarez in a good way, and looks like Butera is going to check on him. So the ball hit off of the glove of Ford as he was going to catch it, and it hit him in the side, not even on the mask. So that's a ball that was hit off a bat right into the side of Harry Ford's face. They're going to make sure Ford's doing okay. It looks like Butera sees he's okay. Butera and the trainer will head back. So Ford is doing okay. It's the good things about spring training. No one's really trying to win. Everyone needs to stay healthy. Hopefully no injuries. That always helps. So now Alvarez has a 2-1 count. Irvin didn't even come to visit him. Into the line, the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive. This one hit off the mask of Ford again. So that one hits him the mask again. So it's going to be 2-2. Umpire checks on him. He's okay. So Harry Ford is getting beat up over there. That one hits the mask. So he's wearing the helmet and mask type of mask, not the hockey mask style. So that mask can go flying if it gets hit at the right angle. Irvin shaking off a couple times now. Alvarez will use his timeout as the clock was winding down to 4. He used his timeout wisely. Throw off Irvin a little bit. That would work as a hitter. Irvin into the wind. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball. Fallon will do 2-2 again. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside, ball 3, and the count is full. Alvarez 276 with 8 bombs in his final 41 games, so he had a good end, but he's still trying to catch up that entire time. So the count is full as Harry Ford's going to call time to go out and talk to Irvin. The 6'6", 234 starting pitcher in his second start of spring training. So now it is February 28th, so we are about a month from opening day. Opening day has never been earlier, though, and will be scheduled extremely early. And the Nationals just happen to open in Chicago. So you're going to have an extremely cold opening day. I apologize to everyone playing in that game because it's going to be cold. And the Nationals come back to D.C. in April to face off with the Phillies 3-2. Swinging a chopper foul. Excuse me, not the Phillies, the Dodgers. They face the Phillies on the road, and then they go home to the Dodgers. They play Cubs, Phillies, road, Dodgers, home. So you're probably it's a 4-game series, and that was a check swing off of the bat of Alvarez. Almost got him on the hands. A little lower, it would have nicked him in the hands. Irvin, here comes the 3-2. Low and outside, ball 4. Called strike 3, and Alvarez is going to challenge it. That was definitely low, so that is going to be a ball. I think. I saw it. It was extremely low. I would be very surprised if this is a strike. Yes, it is a ball. That was low and outside. So that's a walk for Alvarez with 1 out. A long AB. I'm not a Mets fan, but that was outside and low. So far, it might not be that the Nationals are 2 for 2 with challenges. DeJesus is 0 for 3 on his calls. So maybe that might be the problem. Not that the Nationals are using their challenge as well, but good to see that. So that's going to be Mark Vientos, the designated hitter. A big guy, about the same size as Irvin. First pitch. Swing a ground ball right at Nunez. Sliding play, fires it over to second. 1 to first. 2, double play. Nunez made a sliding play, flipped it up to King at second, and fired it over to Chaparro on first. And that is the best of all three numbers, a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. 6-4-3, a nice play by Nunez. Hit to him. He had to slide a little bit. Got dirty, flipped it up to his second baseman King, and made a nice play. Saved a base hit, too. So now, that'll end the inning. A walk, no hits, no runs, no one left on, and it is 0-0. Through 2 innings, we will head to the third. Leading off is going to be the designated hitter, Adams. So far, Irvin has faced the minimum 6. Just so you know, this week, the Nationals face off with Venezuela, one of the World Baseball Classic teams. We'll take a look at their roster at some point during this game, check it out a little bit, but that'll happen at some point. We will not be able to call that. That is a weekday afternoon game. Of course, World Baseball Classic this Friday. USA plays in their first game. We will either watch that or be on it. I do not know yet, but that's going to be an interesting game. See how USA opens. Will they fire Tariq Skubal right out of the opening? I don't know. Because Tariq Skubal said he's only going 1 game. So I want to see what that game is. I'm interested to see what game they throw him in. Will it be an important game? Will it be an early game? We don't know. I'm interested to see, though. So we'll head to the third. It's going to be Adams, King, and then the top with Nunez. If you're wondering, in spring training, just a little nugget here. They alternate each inning. The umpires, every 3 innings, alternate first, second, and third. Home plate stays the entire way, but you'll see alternating guys. So a lot of big changes in-house for the Mets. You lose Edwin Diaz, you lose Pete Alonso. We'll see how they function without him. They're showing pictures of him right now. So you can go to spring training practices for free. Games cost an actual ticket, but going to practice are completely free. So you'll see plenty of people go there, ask for autographs after the practice is over. It's a really great experience. I've never been in, but I'd like to do it at some point. And, of course, going to actual games, going to get a signed ball, anything in an MLB game. So now here's Riley Adams to face Myers after 30 pitches. It's a called strike in there, and 92 miles an hour, and it's 0-1. Myers is working exclusively from the belt, the pitch. Swinging a ground ball by Adams to the second baseman who is in a shift on him. That is Simeon, who will fire it over to first, and that's out number 1 here in the third inning. So now it's going to be Seaver King, former first-round pick. A whole new staff for the Nationals, and the Mets, they have a different one too. They're looking a little bit different, but the Nationals are the ones with big changes. Everyone's different for the Nationals besides the Lerners. The Lerners are the only ones who stayed. So here's Seaver King. King will take a strike right in there at 92 miles an hour, 0-1. Seaver King, the minor leaguer, drafted last year. 125 games in single A and double A, 244 average with 6 bombs. Not a power hitter, but a good contact guy. Outside ball 1, it's a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to King, and King chops this one foul. He might need a new bat, might have broken it. He got sawed off on that one. So it's a 1-2 count. On deck is Nunez. 35 pitchers for Myers already, so I believe this could be his last batter. This could be his last batter, or he could finish off the inning. Here's the pitch to King. And King drives this one to right center field. That's a base hit into the gap. Right fielder Talkman will cut it off, fire it in, and King will stop at first. And Seaver King will break up the no-hitter that had been worked into the third by Myers. But Seaver King with a nice little hit. The righty driving one to right center field. So that's hit number 1. First time through the order, they go 1 for 8 with that Seaver King knock. So now King's on first. He has good steal. Throw over to King. The tag. He is safe. King is wearing number 66 out there. So King is from the same draft class that drafted Travis Bazzana first overall. So decent class. The pitch to Nunez, and Nunez hits one to right field. This one will get down into the corner, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. Right fielder Tuchman chasing after it. Stever King's going to stop at third. Nunez is up with a double. So now there's runners on second and third with no one out. Second time through the lineup, and the Nationals start to figure out Tobias Myers a little bit. Runners on second and third with one out. Nunez with a nice drive down the right field corner. What a hit by him. So they're gonna put some dots into this guy. Put some dots onto the box score. Get some balls in there. Get some balls there. So Stever King was running, but he's going to stop at third. Nunez almost caught up to him. That was close. Here's the first pitch to Wood. Wood takes a ball, and it's a 1-0 count. That was low. Put some dents into Myers' ERA just a little bit. So now runners on second and third for Wood, trying to get his spring started, the 1-0. He's going to take a curveball that dunks in there, and it's a 1-1 count. Runners on second and third for him. Do anything. Drive in a run here. Get the game started offensively. Myers comes set. Has not checked either runner. The pitch to Wood. And Wood drops this one down to the second baseman. That'll score a run. Simeon will fire this one over to first, and that's an RBI ground out for James Wood. And the Nationals are on the board. And it is 1-0 Nationals here in the top of the third. Nationals needed a way to get on the board. James Wood did exactly what he needed to do. Put a ball in play to the right side of the field, and that one works. Way to do it, James Wood, with an RBI. Still looking for that first knock, though. 1-0 game. King now stands at third. Here's a pitch to Dalen Lyle. And Lyle swings and misses, and it's 0-1. We get all excited about spring training games. These games do not matter. These are practice games. The only preseason that lasts a month in sports, that they play games almost every day, February to March. Here's the 0-1 to Lyle. Lyle takes a curveball outside. It's a 1-1 count. Myers is relying heavily on his fastball and his main breaking ball. Here's the pitch. That is high. It's a 2-1 count at 77 miles an hour. 2 outs, runner on third. If Dalen Lyle gets his knock here, it could be 2-0. These games are practice games. The score doesn't matter too much. We're looking at prospects and young guys here. The 2-1 pitch to Lyle. Lyle fouls this one down the left field line. If you are not a rookie or a guy trying to get a spot on a roster, spring training does not matter too much for you. You can have a bad spring training and probably still make the team. Wood could do absolutely terrible this spring, and Taboni's still going to give him the spot. Ani Colombi and Taboni know what he can do. Here's the 2-2 to Lyle, and Lyle swings and fouls this one back, and it'll be 2-2 again. Just got a piece of that one. I want to know if my score bug is caught up at all. So it hasn't. So I'm going to reload it here quickly, just to make sure it still works. So it's going to be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. So I refreshed it. So that's a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. But the Nationals get on the board here in the top of the third of this spring training matchup. K number 4 for Myers, the young arm. So in the inning, 1 run, it was earned on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on third. And now the Nationals get on the board. It is 1-0. So we head to the bottom of the third. Looks like the stream looks a lot better now, quality-wise, when I run 2 laptops instead of 1. So we're going to get going with the bottom of the third here. We are running 2 laptops, which is really helpful, actually, when I'm streaming. So it's going to be Tachman, Taylor, and Mauricio. So the Nationals finally get on the board. If you're wondering, this is District Nation. Welcome into the stream. Hope everyone is having an absolutely great day. If you want to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are trying to build a great community before opening day so we can get going with MLB. I'm very excited to start calling MLB games. It's going to be a fun season. We're going to do a lot more MLB, and then when spring season comes around, we jump right back into baseball. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope everyone is having a great day. Hope everybody joins the channel, joins what's happening here, because something great's happening here. We already got 2 likes on the stream. Thank you so much. It's going to be Tachman to lead it off against Irvin. Here's the pitch to Tachman. That's a ball, just high, and it's a 1-0 count. So we got 3 likes. Thank you to everybody who has been able to hit that like button. Irvin to the wind. The 1-0 to Tachman, and he takes a ball low, and it's a 2-0 count. Thanks for joining the community, to all you who come to every stream. Even the silent ones, you're welcome to be here. Just hang out, listen to a game. So it's a 2-0 count. Irvin goes into the wind. Here's the pitch to Mike Tachman. It's a curveball that'll dunk in there, and it's a 2-1 count. I'm interested to know how much time you have to challenge. How much time can you wait to challenge? What is directly after the pitch? Because I think that's the rule. I don't know. Here's the 2-1. Outside ball 3, and it's 3-1 count. Irvin working on 3-1. Into the wind. Here's the pitch to Tachman. Swinging a chopper foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. Irvin had gotten off the mound to go run to get that one, but he won't have to. So Mike Tachman gets the start in right field for the Mets, but there's a battle going on for it right now. Here's the pitch to Tachman. He fouls that one off. There's a battle going for right field, as I just saw. There's a lot of guys. Carson Benj could get the start. I don't know. Benj isn't even in uniform for right now, so I don't think that he is going to be the guy for the Mets. For the Nationals, it's also undecided. You got a lot of young outfielders. The 3-2, swinging a line drive into right field corner. That's a base hit. Lyle will chase after it. He's going to get it in the corner. He'll fire it in a second. The throw is cut off by the second baseman, King, and that's a double for Mike Tachman to get this bottom of the third started. So the Mets are trying to respond with what the Nationals put up. Just a little bit. Now it's going to be Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder, to get a start here in spring. We're getting these spring training games in so we can call a lot of regular season, know what's up. We got spring training in, know what's coming into the regular season. Irvin will work out of the set position here in the third. He's set. Hands at the chest. First pitch to Tyrone. He's going to take a 83-mile-an-hour pitch right in there. Strike 1. Tachman at second now. A nice swing there. Nice smooth. So if you're wondering, Simon Matthews is the pitching coach for the Nationals now, a young guy as well. Got a lot of young coaches in there. The 0-1 swinging a fly ball to left field, but James Wood is under it. He makes the catch for out number 1. When you watch spring training games, a lot of the balls hit look like home runs. So that just happens normally. So we're going to try something different today. For today's substitutions, we're going to see, instead of going through them in the field, we're going to go through them in the batting order. We'll get substitutions going during the batting order. Make sure we know that. Some losses for the Mets. You lost Alonso and Diaz, as known, but they also lost Brandon Nimmo and Jeff McNeil. They both left. A lot of guys who've been with the team for a while. They are gone. So now it's going to be Ronnie Mauricio, the shortstop. The pitch. He's going to take a breaking ball that dunks in there, and it's an 0-1 count. 226, 6 home runs. This spring, Mauricio's hitting 300. He's 3 for 10 with a bomb. So having a pretty decent spring to start. Irvin sets. The 0-1. Swinging a ground ball foul down the first baseline, and we'll do 0-2 now. So some games are going a little bit ahead of us. Some are in the fourth already. But we are on the bottom of the third. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, say what is up in the chat. Irvin sets. Here's the 0-2. Down low, ball one. Just low, and it's a 1-2 count. So far, teams are 3 for 3 when using that challenge button. Irvin sets. The 1-2. Outside. It's a 2-2 count. So be sure to tune in during the spring and up to about June when the summer comes around. We do in about a game or two just about every weekend. Hopefully we'll get in 1 or 2 games, especially during spring training now. Next weekend we won't be able to. I have some things going on. But, of course, after that we will be able to. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball straight back. Foul, and we'll do 2-2 again. When it comes to summer, we'll be doing games during the week, during the weekends, getting as many Nationals games as we can. When the Nationals are on West Coast swings and there's later games, we have minor league teams. The Rochester Red Wings will check in with them every so often as well when they have earlier games. It's going to be a 2-2 count. Irvin sets. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, says third base umpire Trzak. So it's a 3-2 count, 1 out. The runner on second is Talkman. So as I mentioned, Simon Matthews, the pitching coach, he kept Sean Doolittle on his staff because he kind of gets to pick a little bit of the pitching staff. He kept Doolittle with him. So Doolittle is still with the Nationals as a coach. Good for Doolittle. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. I thought that was hit. That's a swing and a miss. K number 3 for Irving. All of them have been swinging. Irvin. Still have basketball in my head. Kyrie Irving, Jake Irvin. So that's the third strikeout of the game for Irvin. First of the inning. Two outs now, and it's going to be Marcus Semien, the second baseman. Here's the first pitch to Semien. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but it's foul, and we'll do 0-1. Leading off the fourth inning will be Brady House for the Nationals. .230 average for Semien, 15 home runs, 62 RBIs in 2025. Turn back, pick off to second. The throw is not in time. Seaver King thought he had him, but no, he does not. Second base umpire Jimenez says he did not get him out. Ooh, that was close, though. His hand was in there, though. That was a close one, though. It's going to be 0-1. Irvin sets. Here's the pitch to Semien. He swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, and it's 0-2. Irvin's been getting a lot of swings and misses in this game. A notable thing we haven't been able to talk about the Nationals much. A notable missing player for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore, the starting pitcher. We will miss you, Mackenzie Gore. Thank you for your awesome 4 years with us. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Lance Barksdale. Jake Irvin, K number 4 to end the bottom of the third. So we're through 3 now. He leaves a runner at second. He gave up 1 hit. Leaves a man after 3 innings. It is 1-0, and we'll head to the 4th. So now we have some time. Jake Irvin gone. What do we think of it? I personally think it's a bad thing, but we get to see prospects now, as I mentioned in the YouTube short. When I actually did the short with the news, I gave a little bit of my opinion on it. It is sad, but at the same time, we get to see Cade Cavalli step up. We get to see a guy we've wanted to step up for a while. So that'll be interesting. I want to see what he does as a player, see what he brings to the table. See what the heck that Cade Cavalli can do. What do we think Jake Irvin can do? He's pitching right now, having an absolutely great game. So what can he do? And be sure, I love this image of Wood right above me. You can look at it right above me. You can go. It's actually really cool. It doesn't look too much like him. And over here, this is opposite. Over here, we got some out-of-town scores. You can check these out. As we're watching the game, you can look down there. Look for your favorite team if you're not a Nationals fan. I think the Nat score is in there somewhere, but you can find all the scores, all the games right there. You don't even need to leave the tab. We got everything. We got a score bug right as well up there. And, of course, this It's opposite. I keep forgetting that. We got the subscriber count as well. We're going to head to the fourth. It's going to be Brady House to lead it off. So in a couple innings, we'll start to see substitutions. I wonder when they will start, but I will be ready for them this year. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in as we're getting started with the fourth. So Craig Kimbrell is going to start here in the fourth. Kimbrell's going to come in. He signed to a minor league contract with the Mets. We'll see what he does. We're going to get your interesting set position from Kimbrell. Myers worked 3. Now he will step up. Brady House going to be the first one to face him. First pitch from Kimbrell. That is cold strike run right in there. Let's see if the old man still got it. He's on a minor league contract. They did say that. 440 career saves, 5th most of all time. He's going to do his interesting shuffle position. We all love the Kimbrell shuffle. Here's the 0-1 to House. Swinging a ground ball. That's going to be fielded. No! Into left field off of the glove of Bichette. And that's going to get around. House going to jog in a second with a double off of Bo Bichette's glove. I thought that was an out, and then I remembered who's playing third base. Bo Bichette has not been good at the third base position so far, and he gives up a double hit by Brady House. We'll see if they score that a double. And yes, they did. Did they give him a double? We'll see. Hit off at Kimbrell. So he is going to get a double there to Soto. So that's how this inning gets started, and that's how Kimbrell's game is going to get started. He'll probably get 1 inning. Here's the pitch to Robert Hassel, and he grounds this one to the first baseman, Beatty, who will take it himself to the bag, advancing House up to third. So a 3 unassisted for out number 1. So a deep fly ball can make this game 2-0 right here. We'll get Myers' line finished for you in just a second. Just want to make sure I get it right. Irvin probably will leave as well. We'll see who comes in for him. So now it's going to be Andres Chaparro, who walked in his first AB, the pitch. He is going to take a pitch right in there, and it's 0-1. They don't have the pitch calls here on the SNY screen during spring training. I think they may during the regular season, but they don't do it now. Kimbrell sets, has his interesting motion. Here's the 0-1 to Chaparro. Chaparro takes the ball upstairs, and it's a 1-1 count. So we got Myers' line finished, but we'll go there. Craig Kimbrell's a 9-time All-Star. Big-time closer, and he's just here probably for a year. The pitch to Chaparro, it's outside, and it's a 2-1 count. They probably want Kimbrell to give them some good innings out of the bullpen, probably later innings too, or earlier. Probably not going to be the great guy he was in 2011 or even 2018 even, but you're going to get Kimbrell working hard. So that's something the Mets probably want. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Chaparro takes this one. Deep center field. This will score the run. Tyrone Taylor under it. He makes the catch. Headed home is House. He will get into home. He will not slide. The throw cut off by that shortstop Mauricio. Try to cut that one off. And it's a sac fly for Andres Chaparro. Sac fly RBI. So it's a 2-0 game. So 2 outs now, but Brady House scores after his double off the glove of Bo Bichette. There's been videos showing a Bo Bichette. He has not been good at the third base position, yet they continue to play him there for spring training. It'll be Harry Ford who struck out his first time. Ford swings and misses at a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. I can assume it's a fastball, and it's a 93 thrown by Kimbrell, who does not have as much velo. Kimbrell is on a minor league contract with a major league option, I believe. So if he does well in spring, he could be on the major league roster. It's going to take some work from him, but I think he can do it. Kimbrell sets. Here's the pitch to Ford, and Ford hits this one straight back. It's 0-2. So the line for Myers is 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. That's your line on Myers as Kimbrell comes in for him. He doesn't hold the ball in his hands when he says that bend over when he comes set. He just holds his arm straight out. 0-2. Swinging a chopper foul, and we'll do 0-2 again. So 2-0 game. Kimbrel sets. It's going to be another 0-2, the pitch. Outside, ball one. It's a 1-2 count. Thought Kimbrel touched his half for a second. I thought he might have challenged it, but he does not. So it's going to be a 1-2 count here. The scoreboard is not showing for the Mets, so I'm having to assume the account is 1-2. But I know it is. I've been watching the entire AB. The 1-2. Outside, ball two, and it's a 2-2 count. Neither pitcher nor catcher is challenged today for either teams, but hitters have been challenging. And hitters are 3 for 3 so far. Everything has been overturned to a ball. It'll be a 2-2 here. The pitch to Ford. Way outside, ball 3. That gets away from catcher Alvarez, and the count is full. They appealed on a swing. No, says third base. New umpire now. That's Barksdale over at third, I believe. Kimbrel looking for a sign. It's a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch to Ford. Low and outside, ball 4. And Harry Ford's going to draw a walk to keep this inning going. So runner on first with 2 outs, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Riley Adams. Looks like Mets are talking around. I think they're getting a pitcher warmed up probably. They don't have a pitcher cam going right now. Kimbrel sets. First pitch to Riley Adams, and he check swings, and it's 0-1, as they called it. He did swing, and it was a called strike anyway. Kimbrel sets. He has an 0-1 count on Riley Adams, who's becoming more of a veteran now, the 0-1. That's down low, going to second on the run, and Harry Ford is in there with a stolen base. Yes, Harry Ford's got some wheels behind there as a catcher. He's willing to take a bag or two. So he'll steal that base. Puts him at second. The throw was not in time. Ford got his arm in there. The tag was late too. He had the ball, and he didn't tag him in time. And Ford made it right in. So now it's going to be Adams on a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Adams takes the ball outside, and it's a 2-1 count. I believe it's 2-1. Yes, it is a 2-1 count. Oh, what is up, Rhino? Hey, District Nation, what's up, Rising Rhino? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Here's the 2-1. Outside and high, ball 3. It's 3-1 count. What is up, Rhino? Rhino's a football fan, everybody. If you like football and you like streams, go to Rising Rhino. Hit that subscribe button. Rhino will be able to put your link in there if you want to. Thank you for tuning in, Rising Rhino. So it'll be a 3-1 count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Adams. Outside, ball 4, and Riley Adams draws a walk. Yeah, be sure. Subscribe to Rising Rhino. Rising Rhino, football. That's another walk. Rhino, what you got coming up? I know UFL starts up soon, so that's something Rising Rhino will probably cover. I personally am a Defenders fan, because DC. Jordan Ta'amu is returning, or Ta'amu, however you pronounce his last name. He's returning. Yeah, buddy. Yep, football. Be sure to subscribe. Hopefully you've got some stuff coming up. So the leaders in saves are Rivera with 652, Trevor Hoffman 601, Lee Smith 478, and Kenley Jansen. Kimbrel's in 5th, so hopefully you can get some more. Get him up there. So 2 walks in a row by Kimbrel, though. Not looking too great. But thanks for tuning in, Rhino. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you like this overlay. Everyone, head over there. Subscribe. Leave this dab or something. UFL March 27th. Yes, so it starts on opening day because that's around when baseball starts. So you got spring football and here's the first pitch to King, and King will look at a ball inside, check swing kind of, but they're going to say he didn't go. So be sure to tune into UFL on Rising Rhino's channel. I know he'll have coverage. I'll dabble with AVS and that soon. Nugs soon. Okay. AVS and Nuggets. All right. Avalanche. Here's the pitch to King, and King fouls this one off, and it'll be 1-1. Thanks for tuning in, Rhino. I know you're a Denver fan. You got Nikola Jokic, though. You've got one of the better NBA players, probably one of the best NBA players right now. Thanks for tuning in, Rhino. Rhino's not too much of a baseball fan, but he will tune in. Thanks for tuning in. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. So it's 1-2. Everyone be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, then go to my channel description. You can find other channels I recommend. Rising Rhino is there, obviously. You also got Pure John in sports, Thomas Fitzpatrick, people like them. We'll go through it in a moment. 1-2 outs. The pitch. Outside ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. Whoop, whoop. Yep. Did they call that a strike? Oh, so Alvarez challenged it. So they want to get a called strike 3 here. We'll see. And the call is confirmed. It is a ball, so it's still a 2-2 count. So call confirmed. So the Mets are going to lose their challenge. That's the first missed challenge of the day. First messed up challenge. So it's going to be 2-2. 2 outs. That was Alvarez, the catcher, on the challenge. Here's the pitch to King. King takes it outside. The count is full at 3-2. Be sure to go subscribe to Rising Rhino during college football season, NFL. He is there. He's hanging out. Of course, we are going to cover that as well come September. Navy football, everybody. Navy football. And, of course, the Commanders, because we love them. 3-2. Swinging a fly ball. This one's going to get to shallow center. Getting under it is Simeon. Simeon calling off his right fielder, Talkman, and Marcus Simeon will make the catch to end the inning. A longer inning this time offensively for the Nationals. They get 1 hit. They leave 2. After the 2 walks, 1 hit, 2 walks, they get a run. So now it's a 2-0 game as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Nationals. So the Mets will come up. Leading it off will be Soto. We'll see if there's a pitching change yet for the Nationals. Irvin has worked 3 innings, so I assume they're going to take him out. Sub it up, people. District Nation is just starting his rise. Yes, we are rising up. We start streaming more in the spring. Get a stream in basically every weekend or so during spring training, and then come full baseball season, we're going to be having a lot of streams, a lot of fun. Hope you can join that fun by hitting that subscribe button. It is free. And I'm starting the rise. Goal 200. I mean, the big goal is 1,000. That is the overall goal, 1,000 subscribers, and we're climbing. We had a pretty good climb the past few days. Football got us a lot of subscribers, covering a college football game, covering basketball as well, but our biggest thing is baseball as a channel. But during the baseball offseason, we need a sport. That's why football exists. I don't think Rhino liked that comment, but I personally think it's baseball than football. But it takes us throughout the entire year because you get football, the Super Bowl comes up, and then that next week, pitchers and catchers report. After that Super Bowl Sunday, pitchers and catchers report, and then games start that next week. So baseball all around. Soto's going to lead off for the Mets. Then it's going to be Bichette and Beatty, and then Alvarez will hit 4th if he needs to. But hopefully he doesn't get a 1-2-3 inning. No change just yet for the Nationals. Actually, it looks like there is. Ciano Perez will pitch now. Cionel Perez. He'll pitch now in substitution for Irvin. Ciano Perez with Baltimore. 19 games with an 8.31 last season. Not the greatest campaign, but the righty has some work to do. Or, excuse me, the lefty. Perez will face Soto here in a lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the first pitch to Juan. Juan takes a fastball inside, and it's a 1-0 count. The other guy relieved was, of course, Kimbrel. So those are the only 2 bullpen arms that have come out so far for each team. So the Mets only had 5 pitchers on tap at pregame, but I assume they need more. Here's the pitch from Perez. And Soto will take this to left field. Wood getting under it on the track. Couple inches in front of the wall, and he's going to make the catch. Soto got a good piece of that, sends it to the wall, but that's out number 1. A couple inches more, and it's a 2-1 game. But it's out number 1, so that'll bring up Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette so far has a strikeout, and of course, he had that little play that caused a double from Brady House that got the run last inning. Tried to make a diving play, but he failed to do so. First pitch from Perez. Called strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Cionel Perez trying to make himself known. Trying to get a roster spot. Bichette 0 for 1 on an 0-1 count here. The clock winding down. The lefty throws to Bichette. Bichette will take a curveball that stays up, and it's a 1-1 count. I thought that might have found the zone. It's a 1-1 count now. 4 pitches so far for Perez in the inning. Perez sets. Here's the pitch to Bichette. And Bichette grounds this one right to the second baseman, King, who will fire it over to first Chaparro, and that's out number 2. Nice little running throw from King there. 2 outs quickly from Cionel Perez here in his spring training game. So we'll get some nuggets up on Cionel Perez, get some stat chats in there. Brett Beatty, 254 average, 18 home runs will hit now. He's the cleanup hitter. Oh no, 8.31 last season for Perez, who had 19 games. Over 21.2 innings, 21 Ks. Grabs about a strikeout an inning. First pitch to Beatty, and Beatty grounds this one up the middle, but Nunez cuts it off and fires over to first, and that is out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning from Cionel Perez, pitching to contact. Gets it done. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. We are through 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment. Take a break. We will be right back right here on District Nation YouTube channel. Do not touch that dial. Don't touch that channel. We're here with Washington Nationals baseball on District Nation. So you're back. Welcome back in. Thank you so much for tuning in as we're headed to the 5th inning of baseball. So we should get some substitutions starting soon enough. I hope it doesn't happen. I wish they just keep the same 9 guys for the entire game, but that is not how spring training goes. And looks like we're going to get some substitutions. Luis Garcia is going to take the mound. That's just 1 substitution. That is not Luis Garcia Jr., if you're wondering. That is a different Luis Garcia. He's a pitcher. He pitched for the Astros a good amount. So 2 walks issued by Kimbrel was the big story of his outing. He was giving up a lot of free passes. If that happens in game, that's not going to be great if it happens in season. I don't think he's going to have a major league spot if he keeps walking guys over spring training. It's obviously the Mets are just giving him a spot as per Garcia, is going to throw a fastball outside to Nunez, who will lead off the 5th, hitting in the leadoff spot. It seems from the way he was talking about it, Butero likes Nunez as a player. I think with all these trade rumors going around, Butero understands them. He talked to Abrams about them. Nunez could be the starting shortstop of this team, and I am fine with that for a year. Nunez is a great guy. They're showing the sideline reporters for the Mets, but we need to see the game. So once again, our stream's behind, which really is annoying to me. So it looks like we have a mound visit of some sort here, because the only pitch thrown was a ball. So here's Garcia set at the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Nunez, and he fouls this one back, and it'll be 1-1. So some substitutions. Ben Rodverd will come in as the new catcher. That's just 1 substitution. Ben Rodvert will come in. Nick Morabito will come in as well. It's the pitch to Nunez. And Nunez drives this one out to right center. Going back is Taylor onto the track, and it's Mike Tauchman to make a sliding catch route number 1. That one was driven hard by Nasim Nunez, but Mike Tauchman able to make a sliding catch there. So that's out number 1. So Jared Young now plays first base as well. So these are just some of the substitutions we see. So now it's going to be Wood with 1 out. Here's first pitch from Garcia. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. So Roitvet is the new catcher. Roitvet is his name. Trying to get these substitutions as I go, just in the field, get the hitter substitutions as they come up. Here's the pitch to Wood. Just outside, and it's a 1-1 count. It looks like Nick Morabito's into second. Morabito is going to play left field for Soto. Here's the pitch to Wood. And Wood hits this one into right field. Going back is Tauchman on the track. And Mike Tauchman makes another nice catch out there and right. So that's out number 2. 2 nice plays by Tauchman to 2 different directions as well. So 2 outs now. So Wood and Nunez are retired consecutively. So Morabito is your new left fielder. So now it's going to be Dalen Lyle in the 3-hole. Here's the first pitch to Lyle. Swinging a ground ball off his foot, foul, and will be 0-1. If you're wondering, so I don't really do a post game of some sort. I talk about the game just a little bit, my takeaways. But if you want a nice little rundown of the game, just quickly, if you didn't get to watch the game or didn't tune into the stream, go to P-Town 31, a growing channel who gives updates of every game in a post. I really like his information given. Here's the 0-1. Inside, and it's a 1-1 count. P-Town 31 gives me information. He is a big Nats fan. We work together a little bit. He gives updates after the games for big updates, big transactions. Over the offseason, he was active a lot. He's a good information source. If you need to get the news quickly, he will update you. So be able to go subscribe to him. The 1-1, swinging a ground ball, foul, and we'll do 1-2. I personally use him as a source a lot. He gives me updates for games I can't watch for some sort. I will go to him. So now it's going to be Lyle on a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Down low in the dirt, and it's a 2-2 count. So far, the only substitutions are Morabito, Young, and Roidvert. Those are the only big substitutions. We'll see how they affect the batting order. So it's going to be a 2-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch to Lyle. And Lyle swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. And that's another strikeout for him. He has struck out twice in this game. That's strikeout number 1 for Luis Garcia in his first inning of work. That'll end the inning. So now we'll head to the bottom of the 5th after the 1-2-3 inning. We'll see any changes the Nationals make to the field or any lineup changes for the Mets. So we'll see who gets into Soto's spot. So it seems Roidvert probably won't hit in the spot of the catcher Alvarez anyway. I think it could be Morabito or Young. I think these substitutions were Young, Morabito, and Roidvert. We'll see who's hitting in Alvarez's spot. And then the first baseman, Beatty, hit at the end. And then left fielder Morabito will be later in the lineup. So these guys are all substitutions. Soto and Beatty were subbed in for. They are subbed in. They hit last inning. So they got their second at-bat already. Well, they got 2 at-bats. Everyone else has 1 at-bat. So I assume Alvarez, he could get moved to DH to get a second at-bat. I don't know, though. We'll see if Nationals have any substitutions in. Jackson Rutledge will come in for Ciano Perez. So we'll see Rutledge pitch a little bit. I'm a good fan of Jackson Rutledge. I've seen him pitch live before. And his mechanics, I really like his mechanics. There's something about him. They're really satisfying to me. So we'll get some stats up on Rutledge in just a moment. Jackson Rutledge started pitching for the Nationals in 23, got his first stint. He later has been moved to the bullpen, so he got 63 games of work last season. He got moved to the bullpen. I liked him as a starter, but at the same time, let him do his thing. Career, he has 70 games, only 5 started, so he's been moved to the bullpen. I like the switch. He did well. 2024, he got some looks, but 2025, most of his looks were out of the bullpen in some good situations. He was not your up 10, down 10 guy. I don't even know who that was last season. Cole Henry was put into some big situations too. Rutledge's first pitch is hit out to left field. Going back is Wood on a couple steps in front of the track. He makes the catch for out number 1 on the flyout. So I don't know who that was. We'll check who that was hitting. That was Royd Vert. So now it's going to be Vientos, the designated hitter. Here's the first pitch to Vientos, and he check swings, and it's a called strike 1. 233 average for Vientos in 2025. Here's the next pitch. That's going to be a ball inside, and it's a 1-1 count. Rutledge with 85 on that one. We're getting some substitutions in as we go. Want to keep the scorebook looking good. Rutledge set at the belt, the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. 1-2, 1 out. Rutledge watching as the clock winds down. He works out of the set exclusively now. Or set, excuse me. Clock winding down, he throws a ball in the dirt, and it's 2-2. I like the clock, but at the same time, it seems to rush pitchers a little bit. You don't want to be rushed as a pitcher. As someone who has pitched before, getting rushed is not good. So no substitutions for the Nationals besides Rutledge. Here's the pitch, and this one swung on by Vientos, driven to center, going back, and to make the catch is Hassel on the track for out number 2. That one was hit well, but Hassel under it to make the catch. So there's 2 outs here in the 5th. Hassel got his stint in the big leagues last season, had a good performance, and then got sent down for briefly and then came back up. I forgot who our September call-ups guy was. I don't remember who it was. We'll see who it was. Now it's going to be Tauchman, the right fielder. 2 outs. First pitch from Rutledge to the lefty, and Tauchman hits this one on the ground to the third baseman, House, who was already in the shift. Fires it over to first on the run with a nice little play to end the 5th. So that'll end it here. We're done with 5. After 5 innings, it's Nationals 2, Mets 0. So leading it off will be House for the Nationals, who just made that nice little play. He already has 2 at-bats. He's 1 for 2. I assume he might get taken out. I think they'll start substituting guys this inning through the hitter spot. So nothing so far. We're going to take a quick break here. We will be right back with the 6th inning. Do not touch that dial. Do not touch that channel. We'll be right back on District Nation. We are back for inning number 6. Thanks for tuning in so far. Let's see if there's any substitutions as well. I haven't been able to see them. I had to switch out my charger, really. So I'm kind of switching between laptops, really, right now. So we have no substitutions just yet. We'll probably see some as the inning gets started. So we're going to go with inning number 6 in just a moment. Leading it off will be Brady House, as I mentioned. Here's the first pitch, and that is a line drive to left center field. Going after its left fielder, Morabito, and it's going to get off the wall. House will have another double here. Yes, Brady House with his second extra base hit of the game. He is 2 for 3 on the day off of the new pitcher. We'll get that name in a second. So immediately a line drive to left center into the gap for another double for Brady House, who's having a great game here. He's 2 for 3 already. So an absolutely great game by Brady House. A 111.4, and House is going to be yanked from this game. What a game for Brady House. So now it's going to be Diaz over there at first. We'll see which Diaz it is. First pitch to Hassel, and he takes a strike in there. That is Adbert Alzole. Alzole is all we need to really know, though. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 from Alzole. Alzole takes over for the 6th. Garcia worked an inning. All he really got was the strikeout. Everything else is zeros for him in the box score. So it's 0-2 on Hassel immediately. Here's the pitch to Hassel. Hassel hits this one down the left field line and foul. We'll see which Diaz that is. Pinch running for House. I don't think they've noticed that it's happened yet. But that's Diaz over there. So it's going to be an 0-2 count here. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt. Gets away from catcher Roydvert, and that's going to be Diaz, sends Diaz up to third. So Diaz comes in for the spot that is currently held. That was currently held by House. He's on third now. So Hassel has an opportunity to have a ribby here in this spring training game. If he could have a knock, the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, foul. He doesn't really need a knock here. He can just put the ball in play, get himself an RBI. We'll see what happens. So we'll see Hassel on a 1-2 count now. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. So Alzole working here in the 6th. 2-2 count, no outs. So it doesn't seem like there's many other substitutions yet. Here's the pitch. And Hassel drives this one up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Mauricio goes home, and Diaz is out. So Roydver kind of stepped in front of Diaz to make the tag. Mauricio gets the out. So a 6-2. You don't see that often. That's a 6-2 fielder's choice. So that's out number 1 on the inning on the throw down there. From shortstop to home. So now Hassel on first. We get a pinch hitter here. First pitch, swing and a miss. Hassel's headed to second. That's a pinch runner out there, and he steals second. So we'll see who the pinch runner is as well. So we got some substitutions coming in offensively for the Nationals. We'll see who they are. Bernabel is the hitter for the Nationals. So he's in for Chaparro. That's Bernabel. And Thomas is over there after the stolen base. Bernabel is going to drive this one to left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third is Thomas. The throw up from left fielder Morabito is in time. Around the tag is Thomas, and he scores. So Thomas scores from second on a base hit to left field by Bernabel, who was the pinch hitter. So he has an RBI single here in the 6th. We're getting some of the substitutions now. Got around the tag and scored. We don't know all these names. These are minor leaguers that most people haven't heard of. That's an RBI single. The throw up by Morabito was not in time. So now we're going to get Harry Ford staying in the game. I think he'll probably get his second AB, actually. This is his third plate appearance, though. Throw over to first to check on Bernabel. He's back in there safely. We don't even know some of these prospects. So Thomas did get around the tag. So it's a 3-0 game now. The Nationals have the lead at 3-0. One more run, and it is not even a save situation for whoever it be, the pitch. And Ford check swing foul, and it's 0-1. He check swung that down the right field line as well. As I mentioned, not the greatest 2025 for Harry Ford with his 8 games with the Mariners. Excited to see what he will do, though. Here's pitch to Ford, and that is going to be a called strike 2, and it's 0-2. Ford didn't really like that call, but he's not going to challenge it, even though Nationals do have 2 challenges left. These aren't like season things per game, so he can use it now. It doesn't carry over to tomorrow. You don't have 200 timeouts if you don't use them for 100 games. Alzolay delivers to Ford, and Ford fouls this one back, and we'll do 0-2 again. Gets out of play. St. Lucie is a real nice spring training stadium, but I still think one of the best ones is Cacti Ballpark. I've seen a game there so far on TV, never been there, but I love the stadium. Not biased at all. Even if the Nationals didn't play there, it's a nice stadium. They used to play at a different one, and then they came over around 2017. Alzolay sets. 0-2 to Ford. Ford. Well, that was a ball, but immediately challenged by Roidvert, the catcher. Roidvert for the catcher for the Mets. He immediately challenges the call. This would be a strikeout if it's a strike. It is an outside ball, so the challenge is confirmed. The call is confirmed. It is a ball. It's a 1-2 count. It was off by 1.4 inches. Roidvert failed that challenge. So we'll probably see the rest of the National substitutions during the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, gets away from catcher Roidvert, jumps around, headed up to second is Bernabel on the wild pitch. I think it's a wild pitch. Or a pass ball. We'll see which one they give. They're going to give him the stolen base. So it looks like the official scores table gave Bernabel a stolen base. I don't know about that, but we will put it into the scorebook. Bernabel's on second on a stolen base. I think he was running anyway. So now runner on second with 1 away. The out was on the fielder's choice. They got Thomas, that got Hassel on board, that let Thomas pinch run for him. Then he scored from second after stealing. 2-2, 1 out. The pitch from Alzolay. And Ford swings and misses through a breaking ball. Strikeout number 1 for Alzolay here in the 6th. And that's the second out of the inning. Gutierrez seems to be doing well in the manager spot. Blake Gutierrez seems to know what he's doing, too. Has a lot of experience for his younger age. Pitch to Adams, runs inside. Oh, did they say he tipped it? Went off his knob. Okay. They say he tipped it, and it's 0-1. So Gutierrez seems to know he's going to wear number 10 as the manager as well, if you're wondering. Love to know what the number the manager is always wearing. I think Butera can be the next World Series winning manager. That's just my opinion, though. Bernabel at second. The 0-1 to Adams, and Adams takes one inside, and it's a 1-1 count. So Ford has stayed in the game, and Adams has as well. I think Seaver King will probably get taken out. Butera has his lineup card he works with. We'll see what magic he has in store. Here's the pitch to Adams. Adams takes the ball inside, and it's a 2-1 count. 186 last season for Adams with 8 bombs and 24 ribbies. Two on to Adams. Adams takes the ball outside, and it's 3-1. Two outs. Adams working. Alzolay set at the belt. Here's the pitch to Adams. Swinging a fly ball out to center field, getting under it is Taylor. Taylor takes a couple step back. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Settle in the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. So the Nationals this time get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave a man. And now we'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll see what substitutions the Nationals have to make in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Tyrone Taylor and then Ronnie Mauricio. Pretty empty scorecard so far for the Mets, and the Nationals have been heavy a little bit. They're getting after it offensively, trying to get a win against a division rival. So it's 3-0 as we head to inning number bottom 6. So it looks like Tyrone Taylor, Ronnie Mauricio, and Mitch Voigt is going to hit third. Mitch Voigt is going to be the 3-hitter. Or these are all substitutions that happened. These are all substitutions that happened in the field. Ramos is in for Tauchman in right field. So that's your new right fielder for the Mets. Going through some of the Mets substitutions here. Which Ramos is that? That's Jose Ramos, and then Jacob Reamer is at third base, replacing Bichette. Hopefully the Mets are happy about that. At least the fans are, that Bichette is gone from third base. And then as well as Mitch Voigt is at second base in Simeon's spot. So it looks like the Nationals have plenty of substitutions as well. So we're going through these as we go. So Jack Rogers is now in right field. Another substitution is Kevin Maude is at shortstop in for Nunez. If you're wondering, the manager for the Angels is now Kurt Suzuki. There's a lot of new first-year managers, one of which is Kurt Suzuki, and as well as Craig Stammen. So those are 2 first-year managers. First pitch from Cole Henry now in the game. And that is going to be a ball. So it's a 1-0 count. So Bernabel is the new first baseman. Pitch to Tyrone Taylor's inside, and it's a 2-0 count. Bernabel remains at first. These are all substitutions we're making now. It's a 2-0 count. Randall Diaz is now at third. He stays in the game. Here's a pitch to Tyrone Taylor. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. So most of the field is changing. Sam Brown is in left field now. Cole Henry had a couple saves. The 2-1. Swinging a ground ball. This one is fielded by third baseman, and he fires over to first for out number 1. So that is Randall Diaz over there at third. He makes the play for out number 1. In left field is Brown. That's a 5-3 ground out. So we'll get all the lines for the different pitchers in a moment. We'll probably get that done at the end of the inning. Here's first pitch to Ronnie Mauricio. That's inside, ball 1 from Henry, wearing number 99. So Johanton Thomas. Here's the pitch, and that's grounded foul. Thomas is now your center fielder for the Nationals. You got a lot of substitutions being made. Seaver King, one of the ones left in, as well as Harry Ford. So all minor league guys now. It's a 1-1, 1 out. Ronnie Mauricio hitting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and we'll do 1-2 now. Got a lot of guys we don't recognize, but we will as we go through the game. We'll get some updates on them, some information on each one of them. So those are your substitutions. We'll get the hitters' ones as we go. Henry working on 1-2 against Mauricio. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. Henry sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball fouled on the left field line. We'll do 2-2 again. So I'm getting the lines finished up for the pitchers of the Nationals. Henry, the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball foul again. So a battle here between Mauricio and Henry is going. So the weather had scattered storms for this game today, so I was worried this game wouldn't happen. But this game between the Nationals and the Mets happened in some pretty bad weather. The 2-2. Swing and a miss on a ball that runs inside on Mauricio for a K. That's strikeout number 1 for him. So now we should get a pinch hitter here. That's strikeout number 1. We'll see who's hitting now for the Mets. I think it should be Voit. According to the box score, it should be Voit, but I don't think it will be. First pitch is... It's Reamer hitting in the leadoff spot now, who came in the field back in the 6th. So he's getting his first at-bat here. Jacob Reamer in single-A and double-A last season. Here's a 1-0 to Reamer. And Reamer swings and drives this one down the left field line, and that one is foul, and we'll do 1-1. A line drive foul ball. It's 1-1, almost a home run, but not in the right direction. One, 2 outs. Henry trying to get a 1-2-3 inning here. He sets the 1-1 to Reamer. Swing and a miss at a ball high, and it's 1-2. Not a ball high, but a pitch that was high. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. 1-2, 2 outs. Henry sets. Here's the pitch to Reamer. High, ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. Hereford will take a minute, take his time to walk the ball out there. Throw back to Henry. It is hot in St. Lucie, Florida. I believe it's in the 80s right now. So a hot game, and back in the D.C. area, not the best weather, but it's heating up here too. Getting a lot heated up here. Getting ready for spring. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3, and it's full. Good pitch. I thought that was strike 3 called to end the inning, but it is not. Only 1 hit so far for the Mets back in the 3rd from Mike Tauchman. Henry sets. Here's the 3-2. Outside, ball 4, loses him on a curveball. So that is a walk for Reamer, who is now the center fielder. Or excuse me, he's the 3rd baseman. So Reamer's now at 3rd. So Soto should have a pinch hitter as well. This one's going to be Nick Morabito. We saw him in the Mets game we called last weekend. He came into the field as well, so this is first AB. Morabito, the pitch from Henry. He lines this one foul down the right field line. It's 0-1. Henry sets. Here's the pitch to Morabito. Morabito fouls this one straight back and will be 0-2 off the net. You know, these spring training fields kind of remind me of the Little League Classic field that is in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. They have the Little League Classic every year where an MLB team comes and visits and plays for the Little Leaguers. That's always fun to watch. Coming set is Henry. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, stopped by by Ford. So it's 1-2. So it's going to be 1-2, 2 outs. Henry sets. Here's the pitch to Morabito. He swings and fouls this one down the right field line in the air, out of play. We'll do 1-2 again. Showing off a kid with a bucket of popcorn. Everyone loves popcorn at a ball game. One, two outs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This one is going to be to the third baseman, Diaz. He fires over to first. That is in time for out number 3. Settle. In the 6th inning, Cole Henry gets out of it. He walks one guy, leaves a man. We're headed to the 7th inning. 3-0 Nationals. We'll see any more substitutions that happen. Get all the starters, usually they're 2 at-bats, and then you get the minor league guys in, or the backups. So we're getting going to the 7th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So we're getting going. So we'll see what substitutions happen. So far, nothing from MLB. If you're wondering, we do have some dead air for spring training, but during the regular season, we'll have a lot more to talk about. But we can make conversation happen. Mackenzie Gore, we can talk about that. Miles Michaelis got his start yesterday. It was on some sort of Philly or the Astros streaming platform that wasn't live TV. I don't know why you do that. Less people watched. I couldn't watch the game because of it. So, yeah. It was just, you could listen to it. And Miles Michaelis looked like he was physically hurting when he threw that ball. His mechanics are not the most sound there is, but we'll see. It's the 7th inning, and we've not seen a home run yet. I'd like to see a home run of some sort. So Nick Birdie is going to come in for Alzole. So Birdie will come in. He'll come in for the 7th. He's a righty. So you got some other substitutions for the Mets as well. Got some defense substitutions, so we'll get those in. So Jimenez. So this one is fly down the right field line. Into foul territory, first baseman going out. He can't make a sliding catch, and it's 0-1. So we'll see who this is hitting. SNY has actually been pretty good about the substitutions. We're able to see them on TV. That's a foul ball down the right field line. So Seaver King is going to pinch hit for, or excuse me, Caden Wallace is going to pinch hit for Seaver King. Here in the 7th inning, so you're going to get the 7th inning stretch in just a moment. Caden Wallace wearing a 50s number. That's where you see the minor leagues wear 50s and 70s. The 0-1. Birdie sets. Here's the pitch to Caden Wallace, and he hits a ground ball to the shortstop, Morbido. Morbido fires it to first in time for out number 1. Or Antonio Jimenez. He's playing shortstop now. Morbido's the left fielder. I saw Mauricio. So that's Jimenez at short now. Jimenez, a rookie, trying to make himself known. See a lot of those during spring training. Guys just trying to find their role on the team. Some it may be on the AA team. Some it may be on the Major League roster. So that's going to be Kevin Made for the Nationals. Here's first pitch to Made. Inside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. He played in both single A and double A last season. Had a few home runs. Not the most powerful guy, though. Birdie sets. 1-0 to Made. Made takes one outside. It's a 2-0 count. Kevin Made is getting ready to come up to the MLB level. I think he's ready to go soon. Also, Ji-Hwan Bae's in center field replacing Tyrone Taylor. We'll see where he finds himself in the batting order. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper right back to Birdie off the mound. Birdie will have to fire this one over to first. Picked out of the ground. Picking machine over there. Jared Young. Jay Young picking machine. Well, 1-3 ground out for out number 2. So now to be Sam Brown for the Nationals. Played at the... He played Rochester last year? He played Rochester and Harrisonburg, so we'll see how he does. Played both AAA and AA. He's a lefty facing Birdie to righty to pitch, and Sam Brown hits this one out to left over out of play. So to be 0-1 count now. Brown is the left fielder, so coming into that position. Set is Birdie. He's going to be throwing an 0-1 here to Brown, the pitch. So I'm going to fly ball, deep left center field. Going back is Juan Bay and Morbito. It's going to be G. Juan Bay to make the catch for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning here for the Mets. The Nationals go down. We're going to head to the bottom of the 7th, get the 7th inning stretch, and everybody stretch up. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game in your heads, because obviously we can't be at the ballpark, but we can still experience it. So just so you know, 2 hits, 1 run for Alzolay last inning. He did not walk anybody and had no strikeouts. That's his line. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll get some stream stats for you. If you enjoy the stream, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're Nationals fans here, but we call a lot of other teams. We'll be calling a lot of baseball this season. We got a few likes on the stream. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. So we'll see if there's any more substitutions at all, and anything at all, either team. So it looks like we're going to start getting more substitutions as well. So Morbito and Reamer is one of the guys who isn't in his right spot. Reamer came in for second baseman Simeons, but currently is playing third. And Jared Young as well. I don't know where Jared Young could be. Paxton Schultz is going to replace Cole Henry on the mound. So hitting for Bichette is going to be Jose Ramos, who's the right fielder. He came into the field in the 6th inning. He's going to play right. And Paxton Schultz, the righty, is going to come in. Or excuse me, he's a lefty. Wait, that says he bats left. So he is a righty thrower, but he's going to pitch. So it's just Schultz coming in. Seen a lot of righties already. Ciano Perez. So first pitch from Schultz is outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. To Ramos. Ramos is the right fielder in today's game. Schultz comes set. He's set at the belt. Here's the 1-0 to Ramos, and this one is hit straight back, and it'll be 1-1. So far. So 13 games with Toronto last season. 2 of them starts. Caden Wallace is in the game as the second baseman now. So I think the Nationals roster is completely switched out. So they're done with substitutions. Except for Harry Ford. I think he'll be going the distance as the catcher. Here's the 1-1 from Schultz. That is called strike 2 with a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Everyone has a lot of guys pitching in this game. 1-2, no outs. Schultz looking for a sign. The clock winding down. He's set. Here's the 1-2 to Ramos, and he fouls this one back, and we'll do 1-2 again. Schultz, a bigger guy. Did get some innings with Toronto last season. Innings out of the bullpen and as a starter. AA and AAA stats for Ramos, 251 average. So he could see the MLB this year. I think he sees some pro action. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ramos swings through that one. And Schultz grabs his first strikeout of the inning. It's now hitting for Beatty. It's going to be a pinch hitter. We'll see who it is. Coming set is Schultz. It's going to be Jared Young, the first baseman. Here's the pitch, and he takes a pitch in there, and it's 0-1. Young is the first baseman. He's hitting for Beatty, the first baseman. Came in the field back in the 6th. So most of the lineup for the Mets is filled out. So it's going to be 0-1. Young had that home run. He had the first watch it fly of 2026. And that's inside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. I did watch it fly even though I wasn't really rooting for the Mets. I had to do it for some team. You can't do watch it fly for no one. For the All-Star game, I did it for NL. For any team, I just do whoever I'm rooting for. That's your key to figure out who I'm rooting for. The 1-1 is fouled back, and we'll do 1-2 again. We have not had a watch it fly for the Nationals in 2026 yet. Had a lot of three-pointers, had a few touchdowns, but no touchdowns yet. Just three-pointers. No Nationals watch it flies yet. So now it's going to be a 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. So it'll be 2-2, 1 out. Schultz sets. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 lead for the Nationals. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Did he go? They'll say he didn't, so the count is 3-2. 3-2, 1 out. They're showing a baby being held by her grandma currently on the screen. Set is Schultz. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, and Jared Young is going to draw a walk. 1 out, runner on first now with Schultz to work with. He is a veteran. So now it's going to be Roydvert, who came in the field in the 5th inning. He's doing the catching today. Has he ended that bat yet, though? He has. He flew out to left. Here's the first pitch to Roydvert, and he swings and misses through that one at 85, and it's 0-1. I think Schultz is one of those guys who probably uses his fastball at 85 miles an hour to make it look like it's 95 compared to other things. There are starters who used to do that, especially in earlier baseball during the Moneyball era. Here's the 0-1. Schultz is going to go throw back to check on Jared Young. He's back in safely. So that's a pickoff attempt by Schultz. Schultz. Waiting comes set. Clock down to 9. He's set at the belt. Made playing up the middle in double play position the pitch. That's a ball, but a pickoff by the catcher, not in time. Saw a lot more of those after the challenge rules came up. We saw a lot more of catchers trying to do back picks. So it'll be 1-1, 1 out. Schultz looking for his sign. He checks on the runner. Come set. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it's a 2-1 count. Two on, 1 out. Roydvert doing the catching in today's game. Or Roydvet. Sorry. It's Roydvet. The 2-1 delivery. Swinging a fly ball on to shallow left. Going out is Made. Coming in Brown. It's going to be Sam Brown's ball for out number 2. He makes the catch. That's Sam Brown to make the catch for out number 2. So we'll see if anyone's hitting in spot of Vientos or if Vientos will just play this one out. We'll see if anyone's subbed in for him. He is the DH. Schultz. Come set. He's going to face Vientos, who is still in here in the 7th inning. First pitch to Vientos. Right in there. Called strike 1. It's 0-1. But is Vientos going to challenge that? Oh, no, he's not. They're not going to give him the challenge. So it's going to be 0-1. So, time called by Vientos. It's right in there, called strike 1. Vientos challenged it. I don't know why. He didn't get the challenge, though. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on an outside pitch, and it's 0-2. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be heading to the 8th in just a moment, hopefully. It'll be Lyle to hit. Or actually, Lyle isn't even in the game anymore. It'll probably be Rogers to hit. Or Thomas, either one of them. Or it's going to be Rogers. That is not Lane Thomas, by the way. The 0-2. Swinging a chopper foul, and we'll do 0-2 again. So 0-2, 2 outs, runner on first in Jared Young. Coming set is Schultz. The 0-2 to Vientos. Outside, ball 1, and it's a 1-2 count. Three-0 game. The Nationals have been scoring runs. They scored 1 back in the 4th and then 2 in the 6th. Or, excuse me, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. I saw my scorebook wrong. 1-2 to Vientos. In the dirt, ball 2, blocked by Ford. It looks like Ford got hit in the chest really badly. He is down, but he's going to be back up. He has been getting knocked around all game. If one person should be out of this game, it is Harry Ford, because Harry Ford is getting beat up there. That one hits him in the chest, knocks his helmet off, gave him a little scare, kind of. This has been just a shock. Butera and the trainer are out to visit him again. Make sure he's doing okay. Now it hit him in the chest. It got him on the chest protector. Ooh, it got him in the neck. Ooh, so that one got him everywhere. So he's getting beat up over there, catcher. Shows he is tough. Good to have as a catcher for the Nationals. Good to have you, Harry Ford, if you're a tough guy. Schultz checks the runner, comes set. Here's the 2-2 to Vientos. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Going back is Rogers to the track, and he makes the catch. No, he doesn't. It's out of his glove. He bounced up against the wall. Vientos in a second. And in to score is Young. So Vientos with a double off the wall. So going out was Rogers. He had the ball, and then it drops out of his glove, which scored Young, who was hustling. So now Vientos is going to come out of the game, but Vientos drove that one to right center. Thought that would end the inning, but it doesn't. So it's a 3-1 game now. The Mets find a way onto the board. So Vientos was just pinch run for, so now it's going to be Voit to hit. Swing and a miss. Voit is the second baseman for this game. He came in the 6th inning. He's hitting in Tachman's spot. Here's the pitch. Zone outside, and so 1-1 count. That's Clifford over there running now for Vientos. Schultz sets. Here's the 1-1 to Voit. And Voit drives this one up the middle. Fielded cleanly by Wallace. He fires over to first. What a play! And Bernabel had to pick it and came off the bag, but gets the out. What a play by Caden Wallace. A sliding play. Got up. Fires it over to first. And perfectly picked by Bernabel as he came off the bag. Became a Bernabel picking machine right there. What a play by Caden Wallace to end the inning. Settle in the inning, but the Mets find their way onto the board. 1 run on 1 hit. They do leave a man. We're headed to the 8th, sorry. It's 3-1. We will take a quick break. Right here on District Nation. Don't touch that dial. Do not touch that channel. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back. Welcome back into District Nation. They're still showing that great play by Caden Wallace. Replacing the pitcher Birdie is now Austin Warren coming in. What a play by Bernabel. Absolutely amazing. I think Wallace and Bernabel, that's the play of the game. So here we go. First pitch. Sloan inside. Hitting now for Lyle. We'll see who that is. I think this is Thomas. Or someone else. This is Rogers. Okay. Rogers, who's over in right. And that's low and inside. Ball 2, 2-0 count. He came in the field in the 6th inning. So Austin Warren in the 2025 season. 5 games pitched for the Mets. The 2-0. Swinging a line drive. Caught on the ground by second baseman Voigt for out number 1. The young prospect Voigt making a name for himself. So we didn't get to see Benj in this game for the Mets, but we got to see some of the Nats minor league guys. We got to see what they have in store. So now it's going to be Diaz to hit for the Nationals. First pitch to Diaz, low and outside, ball 1. This is Randall Diaz. 226 average with his 112 games with single A Fredericksburg. The 1-0. It's outside, ball 2. It's a 2-0 count. Some of the stars you'll see in single A Fredericksburg, I think once you get past low A and high A, it becomes a different game. Double A and triple A, it's a different breed than the 2A's league. Here's the 2-0. In there, called strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. District Nation live with Washington Nationals baseball. Here's the pitch. Ball 3, low at 86 miles an hour, and it's a 3-1 count. So now it'll be a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper up the middle, cut off by the shortstop. Jimenez, who takes it to first in time for the out for out number 2. So 2 outs now here in the 8th. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We're having a pretty good stream. A lot of likes. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be live at some point soon enough. We're not going to be able to live next weekend with baseball or tomorrow's game. I don't even think tomorrow's game's on TV. So now it's going to be Thomas, who is a pinch runner back in the 6th inning, a smaller guy. First pitch to him. He takes a fastball in there on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. A lot of prospects in the game. Some names we don't even recognize. But we do recognize Kevin Made and Caden Wallace. There's a pitch. And this one is blooped into right center field. That's a caught by the right fielder, Ramos. What a play. And that's out number 3. Diving slide. Did they say that got down? Okay. Oh, wow. So, what a play, but Thomas is over to second with a double. So, Ramos thought he had the catch, but they say he didn't make the catch. So, that's a double for Thomas, the young prospect. So, looks like he caught it. Or maybe he trapped it with his glove, but that's going to cause a double here with 2 outs for Thomas, and that'll bring up Bernabel. A first baseman had a nice web gem last inning, combined with Caden Wallace. 2 outs, runner on second. Nationals trying to find a way to get back into this. Get another run on the board and see some prospects do it. We'll see what Bernabel can get done here. Coming set is Warren. Thomas leads away from second. The pitch to Bernabel. And Bernabel drives this one to the first baseman off his chest, and he'll take it himself for a 3 unassisted. That's Young over at first. So that'll end the inning. Only 1 hit. 1 man left on as we head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 3-1 Nationals. So let's check up on some scores around the league. We'll just do that real quickly. Check up. I think all the games have started now because it's past 3:05. So we'll get this done real quickly. In the top of the 7th, it's Atlanta leading Baltimore 7-2. New York Yankees are beating the Blue Jays 5-0. Detroit Tigers currently lead the Rays 12-1. And, of course, Nationals beating the Mets. Philadelphia and Toronto are tied 5-5, so the Blue Jays are having a split squad. Seattle and Miami That's going to be 7-2. Seattle has the lead. Boston is currently beating Minnesota 6-9. Chicago and Los Angeles Dodgers are just underway. That's the Cubs. The Giants and the Athletics are just getting underway in the middle of the first, top of the first. The Dodgers and the Rangers, that's a split squad for the Dodgers as well. Cleveland and Chicago White Sox are just getting underway. The White Sox have the lead 2-0. Arizona and the Angels are getting underway. It's 2-0 or 0-0. Colorado and Kansas City are getting underway. Seattle and San Diego are getting underway. The Reds and the Brewers just got started. And the Pirates and the Houston Astros finished only in 6 innings, so it must be raining in Palm Beach for them to finish only in 6 innings. They must have some rain down there. Looks like Jarren Duran has 2 home runs in the Red Sox game. So I know Fitzy's happy over there, because he is your Red Sox guy. If you're into Boston Red Sox, go over to Thomas Fitzpatrick. He has got Boston Red Sox coverage for you. He does almost every game. So we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It should be Tyrone Taylor lead off, and then I believe it's going to be Jimenez. Or Tyrone Taylor's not even in the game anymore. So it's probably going to be Ji-Hwan Bae and then Jimenez. They're showing off some fan bloopers kind of right now. So we go to the 8th. First pitch from the new pitcher, Lovelady, for the Nationals will be a ball outside. So Ji-Hwan Bae is going to hit here. The 8th, he came in the 7th inning. And then Jimenez also came in the 7th. This one is grounded into the hole in the left center field. A base hit for Ji-Hwan Bae. Fielded up by Brown, the left fielder. So Ji-Hwan has himself a base knock. Lovelady here in the 8th, a sidearm angle. So we'll get the line on both Henry and Schultz, as we didn't get to do Henry's line. So Richard Lovelady, a lefty who throws from the side. See who comes in for the 9th for either team. As you know, the spring training games cannot go to extra innings, so this could end as a tie, but hopefully the Nationals can hold this lead. So now it's going to be Jimenez, the new shortstop. He came in the field in the 7th, pitched to Jimenez, and he fouls this one down the right field line, foul. So now all the team's substitutions are finished off. Antonio Jimenez, 263 average, no home runs with single A St. Lucie, so they play here. St. Lucie plays here, and also the Syracuse Mets are a team. So it's going to be 0-1. Lovelady sets. Here is the 0-1. That is in there, called strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count immediately. Be sure to tune in with us for the 9th. Stay right here. Then we'll find someone to redirect to. Coming set is Lovelady. Here's the pitch. Down low, and it's a 1-2 count. 1-2, no outs. Lovelady already thrown 5 pitches in the inning. Checks his signs, comes set. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll have both teams a new pitcher in the 9th, hopefully, because then I can fill out the scorebook perfectly. Here's the pitch from Lovelady, swinging a line drive to center field. Diving catch not made by center fielder Thomas. Rounding second to third is Juan Bae. No one is there, so that was a base hit. So Ji-Hwan Bae had a knock. And then coming up with a knock is Jimenez too, so 2 knocks in a row. Makes it first and third with no one out. So Lovelady now is facing the go-ahead run in Reamer. So that was Thomas, who almost made an absolutely great catch, but he just barely misses it. Comes up with it and keeps runners at the corners. So now it's going to be Reamer. Reamer playing third base, the pitch. That's called strike 1 in there, 84 from Lovelady. I have a Let's Go Mets chant going here. Here's the pitch. That's high, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. They got a Let's Go Mets chant going on. So you got fans love spring training. I mean, it's probably cheaper games basically for them. And they go to Florida for it. So they must love that. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, and that is just foul. It'll be 1-2. Saved by the foul line. Wow, so it's a 1-2 count. 1-2, no outs. So our ball boys down the first and third base line for the Mets. I didn't realize spring training had. I thought the players had to go get it. I thought that was something special about spring, but I guess it's not. I guess the Mets chant is still going. Got a lot of claps here. The 1-2 from Lovelady. Swinging a fly ball fouled on the right field line. We'll do it again. I'll see if Lovelady can get out of this. I think if he can get out of this, he can get out of anything. So it looks like the Royals agreed to a deal with Starling Marte. I just saw that news now. Got a lot of claps going here, wanting the Mets to tie it. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the third base line. Pulled hard. Dylan Cease also made his debut with the Blue Jays and hit 98 in his debut with them. Got a lot of signees. That's the thing about spring training. You get guys to have fun with their new team. Do things interesting. Try to reinvent themselves even if you're a minor league guy. 1-2, no outs. The pitch from Lovelady. Swinging a fly ball. This is on the infield into foul territory. Getting under it is Bernabel. Bernabel makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. So to bring up Morbido. Runners on the corners with 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 game. The Nationals have a 2-run lead. Nick Morbido, 273, 6 bombs, 59 ribbies with a 7.34 OPS. Lovelady trying to hold them down. Lovelady comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on an inside breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Get excited. It's spring training baseball. We're close to the regular season. This is what we get for a month. Morbido facing a man. Coming set is Lovelady. Here's the pitch. And that is called strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count. Oh, 2, 1 out. Get a strikeout here, that would be huge. 0-2, 1 out. Lovelady comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Foul. We'll do 0-2 again. Got some rally caps on around the stadium a little bit. I like seeing that. Even if it's for the road team, rally caps are cool. Lovelady checking his signs. Comes set. Not yet. He actually doesn't. He stinted a little bit. The 0-2. Swinging a line drive down the right field line and fair. Chasing after it is Rogers. Bay scores. They're going to cut it off. Throw to home. And they're going to cut the runner at third. Jimenez does not go to third on it. But that is an RBI double for Nick Morbido down the right field line. So that scores a man, and it's a 3-2 game. And the go-ahead run is now at second base. Morbido went Oppo Taco with that one. Put it down the right field line for a base hit, and it's a 3-2 game. So I'm just noticing now, Richard Lovelady looks a lot like Garrett Crochet in his windup. Except a lot more from the side, but the windup part in his coming set, he looks a lot like Crochet. A shorter version of Crochet with a more side angle. Here's a pitch, and this one is grounded foul by Ramos, who came into the field in the 6th inning. He mans right field today. 0-1, 1 out. Jose Ramos, 251, 18 bombs, 59 RBIs. Last season in 2025. Here's the pitch to Ramos. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 0-2. I think those are his friends behind the plate because they're chirping him a lot. Or it could be people that like Lovelady and are trying to distract him. Big hack there, and it's 0-2. 0-2, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, 1-run game. This would be the situation to bring Finnegan in, but Finnegan is no longer on the team. Signed back with the Tigers as well. Lovelady comes set. 0-2. High and outside. It's a 1-2 count. One, two, one out. Lovelady checks the runner. He comes set. 1-2. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but it is foul. That one was hit very well down the right field line and well foul as well. The stands are kind of designed differently. At St. Lucie, you have stands down the right field line towards the corner and out of play, kind of. More seats towards, kind of more towards the side of right field. They push up farther, deeper, if you could understand that. The 1-2. Swinging a chopper foul. So you have a new catcher, by the way, for the Nationals. He came in just now. That is Caleb Lamavita is coming in. Lamavita is your new catcher for the Nationals. It'll be a 1-2, 1 out. Runners on second and third. The leading runner at second. The leading run on second. Here's the pitch. Just outside. It's 2-2. Caleb Lamavita. He's the new catcher. Drafted in that same class as Seaver King. Kind of a steal. 2-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing! And a foul. I thought that was a miss. But he battles again, so it's 2-2. Ramos battling here. He's hitting it in the 3-hole technically. He was subbed into the 3-hole, but I think the Mets can call him a 3-hole hitter. Lovelady comes set. 2-2. And the dirt ball 3 blocked by Lamavita, and the count is full at 3-2. Even drawing a walk here would be huge for the Mets as a team. Three, 2-2, 1 out. The Mets want something here. They want to see a show. But the Nationals want to hold them down. Lovelady sets. 3-2. Swing! And a miss on a slider diving in. A strikeout keeps the inning going for the Nationals. Runners on second and third, but a big strikeout for Richard Lovelady. And now he has to face Jared Young, who already has a good spring training going. Let's see if Richard Lovelady can strike him out, send his team to the plate in the ninth. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, and he's going to try to bunt. No, he doesn't. Take it back. It's 0-1. It's going to be 0-1. Jared Young, 186 with the Mets last season, 4 home runs, 6 RBIs, but he's had a good spring training start so far. Good month of February. Swinging a ground ball to the second baseman. Wallace fields it cleanly, throws it over to Bernabel, and that'll end the inning. The Nationals get out of a jam. Richard Lovelady finds his way out of a jam after giving up 3 hits. 1 run, no errors, and 2 left on second and third. 1 run, it's now Nationals 3, Mets 2 as we head to the ninth. Big game already. We're going to get probably Lamavita and then Adams and then King. Or, excuse me, Wallace is now in for King. We'll see who the Mets go to here in the ninth in this spring training matchup. Spring training, and we're already feeling like midseason with these games. Already feeling like the World Series action here. So we're headed to the ninth. I don't know who we're going to be redirecting to after this. We could go to that college baseball guy I went to last, Drew Tamu. He was on with Texas A&M baseball. I believe he's back on today. We could go to him. If Fitzy's game is still going, we'll head over to him, though. We'll check in with all these people after the game. Or we might just end stream. You can find someone to go to. A lot of people will be live. If anyone wants to go see another person, go to live streams, put in sports, anything. Anything will come up. So we got 6 likes on the stream. Thank you to everybody who has hit that like button and everybody who's hung out with us so far. We're headed to the 9th. First pitch to Lamavita is in there, called strike 1 from the new pitcher, Gerber. Joey Gerber for the Mets. Another righty. We've only seen one lefty out of the pen for the Mets. He'll face Lamavita, the righty. The pitch is outside, ball 1. Lamavita came into the field in the 8th inning. It's interesting. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, but it's foul, and we'll do 1-2 now. Thanks to everybody who has tuned in today for today's game. We'll be back live at some point. Wow, a big leg kick from Gerber, the pitcher. Huge leg kick. That thing goes high. That leg is going long and high. The pitch just outside, ball 2, and it's a 2-2 count. His catcher is Rodvet. Or however you pronounce it. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but foul again. We'll do 2-2. So you got Lamavita, Adams, Wallace for the Nationals, unless Adams is pinch hit for. He might be pinch hit for here in the 9th. Get some other guy in action. You get anyone in action because it's the DH position. 2-2, the big leg kick, the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Caught Lamavita looking for out number 1 here in the 9th. It's a backwards K for Gerber to start the 9th. A lot of passionate Mets fans sitting behind home plate liking this game. Coming set at the belt. Gerber. First pitch to Adams, and he fouls this one down the first baseline. It'll be 0-1. One out. Adams, 186 with 8 home runs, 24 ribbies, a 560 OPS. Here's the pitch. That is outside, ball 1, and it's a 1-1 count. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Gerber sets. Pitch to Adams, and Adams hits this one on the ground to the third baseman, Reamer, and he fires it over to first. Jump throw caught by the first baseman, Young, who had to get up for that one. He jumped up for that. It was not a jump throw. He had to get up into the air to get it. It's out number 1. This will be the last inning. There are no extra innings in spring training. Yeah, Young had to jump to get that one, but he still manages to get to it. Two outs. That's going to be Caden Wallace. Here's the first pitch to Wallace. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Wallace wearing number 56. 2 outs, no runners on base. Trying to get something going here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Gerber has a huge leg kick, and it transfers to his velo, pumping 94 here. 121 games with AA Harrisburg. Wallace hit 242 with 10 bombs, 55 RBIs. So a good minor league 2025 for him. Gerber sets. The pitch to Wallace. Swing! And a foul tip into the glove. And that will end the inning. 2 strikeouts for Gerber here in the 9th. So now we're headed to the bottom of the 9th. This will be the end of the game. The Nats finish with 3 runs. So that's going to be the end of their offensive stint. So you can't go to extra innings. It's spring training. Their offense has been kind of quiet through the 8th and 9th. So I see why it's a close game now. They've been pretty quiet the last few innings. 2 Ks that inning for Gerber. No hits, no runs, and no walks. He gets a 1-2-3. We're going to head to the 9th. We'll see who takes the mound for the Nationals in the 9th. We're also getting some box score going. So P.J. Powlin is going to come in for the save. The MLB experienced pitcher Powlin will come in for the 9th. So he's going to come in for the ninth. So we're getting going with the ninth inning. So drop down, what do you think of this game? We'll be talking about it for a couple minutes after the game, but this has been a pretty good game. I think this has been a really good game. Overall, we've just seen some offense, but we haven't seen too much of it. At the same time, we haven't seen a home run yet. Even if it's for the other team. I'd like to see a home run, but at this point, don't have a home run. Don't give me stress. We'll see Schultz's line. I'm finishing up all the pitchers' lines. So I want to get this all done for after the game so I can post a picture of the scorebook. Schultz in the 8th had one of basically everything. And then Lovelady had 3 hits, 1 run. And it was earned, no walks and a strikeout. So Palin's going to come in. Palin with the Nationals last season, 28 games, 3.65 ERA. We'll see how he does. The Mets fans trying to get hyped. Here we go. Going to face Rodvert first. First pitch is outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Here's the pitch from Palin. That is low, ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. Already being a good game here. In the bottom of the 9th, Palin's going to have to do some saving here. I would love to see P.J. Palin try for an actual role as the closer. That would be fun. Because Palin's a good pitcher. 2-0. Rodvert swings and misses, and it's a sword on that one, and it's 2-1. Sword swing there. Palin sets the 2-1. And Rodvert swings and fouls this one off his own foot, and it's 2-2. Get hyped, everyone. Bottom of the 9th. Close Nationals game. Bottom of the 9th inning. Here we go. The 2-2, no outs. Cummings sets Palin. The clock winding down the pitch. Outside, ball 3, and the count is full. We have to do something real quickly here. I have to change the chart real quickly during the game. Don't want to get up and do that. So we're going to do it right here. Palin sets. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4, and he walked him. Palin lost him. So now there's a runner on first with no outs. Got to plug this in real quickly so we can see the game. So now it's going to be Ryan Clifford. Here we go, Nats fans. So Rodvert is on first. A double play is probably your best bet here. Or Rudick is going to pinch hit here. Or pinch run. So that's the third player in this slot. So that's going to be Clifford. He came in, pinch hit in the 7th. First pitch is outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. (1-0-1), no outs. No outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the 1-0 to Clifford. Low, ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. Palin needs to get a strike in there. Forget getting an out. Get a strike. And facing a guy like Clifford, you got to throw a strike. We'll see what he does. Palin steps back onto the rubber. The 2-0 is coming. Here's the pitch. And it's a pickoff over back into first. In safely is Rudick, the pinch hitter, the pinch runner. Ruddick. Ruddick is pinch running. Thanks to everyone who had tuned in for this good baseball game. You are missing a lot if you aren't here. Coming set is Palin from the stretch at the belt. The 2-0. Outside. Yes! Called strike 1, and it's a 2-1 count. Exactly what the Nationals needed. 2-1 count. Palin swinging his arm, got his sign, comes set, clock at 6. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a ball low, and it's 2-2. A strikeout here would be huge, too. Strikeout, double play, anything works for the Nationals right now. Got him on a bad swing. Palin looking for his sign. He swings his arm, he comes set. Clock winding down. The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He got him on the strikeout. P.J. Palin throws 80 right in there with a breaking ball. Strikeout number 1 for Palin. A big one of Ryan Clifford here in the bottom of the 9th inning. This is midseason form from P.J. Palin. He'll face Mitch Voigt now. Palin set. First pitch to Voigt. And Voigt pops this one foul, and it'll be 0-1. Behind the plate, fans are getting hyped right there behind the plate, but you gotta love the action we're getting from P.J. Palin. P.J. Palin is playing well right now. Palin sets. Here's the 0-1 to Voigt. Inside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. They got a runner on first. Mitch Voigt, age 21, height of 6 foot, weighs 201 from Milwaukee. He was the 38th overall pick in the 2025 draft, drafted by the Mets, the team he is with now. The 1-1, swinging a fly ball, center field, going back is Thomas. Thomas makes the catch a few steps in front of the track, and he gets it in quickly. Ruddick back to first. The big fly does not work for Voigt, and that'll bring up Ji-Hwan Bae with a runner on first and 2 outs. P.J. Palin trying to get a 1-run save here in spring training, and he'll face Ji-Hwan Bae. Last season with Pittsburgh, had a 0.50 average with 4 RBIs, 290 on the OPS. It's a lefty-lefty matchup here. Palin, the clock's already winding down. It's got to work quick. Clock down to 4, 3, 2. He delivers. Inside, ball 1 and high, and it's a 1-0 count. This is a great ending to a great baseball game. We don't know what is happening. This is the beauty of watching a game live. Palin sets. Here's the 1-0 to Bae. Outside, ball 2, and it's a 2-0 count. Two outs. Palin comes set. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3, and it's 3-0. So now Palin has to throw a strike here to Ji-Hwan Bae. On deck is Jimenez, who came into the field in the 7th inning for the Mets. What a good game here today. Palin sets. Here's the 3-0. Down low, ball 4. Bae draws a walk. Runners on first and second. Runners on first and second, so the winning run now stands on first in this big game. This is going to be a good one. This is going to end well. Antonio Jimenez will hit now. 236 with single-A St. Lucie last season. No home runs, and now Simon Matthews will come out and talk to his man, P.J. Palin. Simon Matthews, pitching coach. He's not wearing a uniform today. He's going to come out, talk to Palin and Lamavita. Simon Matthews seems to know what he's doing. I like this guy's philosophy so far. Him and Butero work well together. I'm excited to see what they'll do. So now, DeJesus will come up and break this one up, and Palin will be back on the mound. Hopefully Palin doesn't feel the stress. Simon Matthews, walking back to the pen, doesn't show much emotion at all. He's got his long, wavy blonde hair. Don't see that in a lot of pitching coaches. You usually see old gray hair. Simon Matthews has long, wavy blonde hair. So that'll be Jimenez. Palin trying to end it. Palin steps back onto the rubber. Had a few saves last year with the big league roster. Palin sets the belt. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball one. He's got to throw a strike here, though. That's his one responsibility here. Get a ball in the zone. Palinsets wearing number 50. One of the minor league guys usually wears them, but he wanted 50, I assume. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive right at the second baseman, Wallace. He tags the bag. Not in time. Is it in time? No. So the bases are loaded. That one, Caden Wallace had it hit off his chest and went to tag the bag, and it wasn't in time. So that's got to be an error then. What are they going to give him? And it wasn't in time. Wallace tried to field it. It went off his glove, off his chest, and he went to recover it and tag the bag, and it was not in time. So now the bases are loaded for Reamer, the third baseman. In this situation, we'll see what Jacob Reamer can do. In single A and double A, hit 282 with 17 bombs. Bases loaded, 2 outs. A base hit wins it. A strikeout does too. Swinging a fly ball. Shallow left. Coming in is left fielder Brown. Brown. And it's going to be the center fielder Thomas to make the catch. And the Nationals secure the victory here in the 9th. 3 men left on base after 2 walks and an error. So an error made by the Nationals. But what a game. 3 runners left on base. And that will end it here in the 9th. Final score, Nationals 3, New York Mets 2. What a game. That was a good game. What a game to watch. Mid-season form when it comes to baseball. Now, thank you so much for watching, everybody. That was an absolutely great game. If you have any feedback about it, you can put it in the comments after the game. I'm going to probably do a post after the game. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. 3-2 final. What a game. And if you have your thoughts, you can drop them in the comments after the game. Anyone can drop in, say what's up in the comments after the game. That is how we're going to end stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everybody. Thank you so much for me to be a part of your Saturdays. The Nationals win. Irvin gets the win. Tobias Myers gets the loss. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is how we're going to end stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. 3-2 victory. I think it was a great game. Pretty good game. A good game to watch, too, offensively. The Nationals don't do too much. Of course, House came up big with a double. And, of course, Bernabel did some offense as well. Thomas with a double. You didn't see too much offense, but when they did, it was good. Seaver King had a single that led to him scoring on the Wood ground out in the Nunez double. Nunez looked pretty good, and I'm excited to see if Nunez plays more. Looks like the Nationals are getting off the field. They're coming out of the bullpen. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. We'll be calling a game soon. I'll be updating you on when that game will be. In the comments, watch posts, watch comments, watch everything. Watch when I post live streams. Thank you so much for tuning in.